hooked up to the Twitch account. I guess just...
You better be careful.
Fuck! Shit! Eat babies. Twitch bans me.
And you know, it was so funny because there's this girl, she's quitting because she's going to work at Whole Foods, right?
Mm-hmm.
So today was her last day. My other boss had called her last night and said, hey, can you come in the morning instead of close? So she does. She gets there at like 7-ish, I think. And so we're like, that's awesome. So then people don't have to like watch the front area for customers because we open at 7. So she's able to handle that and do like pack out and stuff, packaging bread and whatever. So then I can focus on getting everything out of the freezer and doing other sort of things.
Ew. Ew. Just hire people. Just hire more people for her.
We can never keep people. I don't know what it is.
I don't doubt that.
They
It's
had
public.
hiring flyers. They gave me one.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I know it's for the Mount Pleasant area. I know it ain't for the one right here. Anyway. I'm going to start off with a summary. I usually start with summary recording from last episode so everyone's refreshed.
Let me know if y'all want text mix.
No. You want some Chex Mix, Corey? Let's do it. Anyway, SOT, which is the team name they went for, SOTT, was able to stop the carrion from getting Tyr's hammer. But the hammer became corrupt at the last moment and is now in possession of the gods. It's no longer Tyr's hammer. I'm sorry. Fighting continues to happen out of the timelines, and portals have been closed. Izul, which was a commander of Diablos, was killed, but will apparently be back again. And Diablos is still trapped, but for how long? For how long? I actually gotta roll a d20.
That's for how long, bro?
You don't know. You don't know. I'm kind of rolling on your sheet, so if you see something weird, just don't worry about it. She's breaking out right now. Anyway. And so we're actually going to go to your character, Zod. For your introduction, the people in Olive starve, since the other half was destroyed. You were lucky enough to miss the destruction, though now you live with the people that have suffered under noble rule, including the people that were affected by your work. You hold a you hold a pocket watch with you, given to you by someone that you actually cannot remember, though told you this watch was very important. I'll actually send an image of the watch to the Discord chat. It's just for everybody, but mostly for Corey.
Laughing my ass off.
I'm gonna beat you the hell up. Anyway. You're a clown. It's like a silver watch, but there seems to be almost like an inferno going on inside of it as the watch ticks.
Oh, that's not foreboding.
You cannot see, like the inferno inside of it. It's basically the color that you see right here, like the bronze.
Orange, red?
Yeah, orange red. You cannot seem to change the time, and it gives an unknown number as a date on the watch, and it isn't the current date. A flyer lands at your feet, which is for the Heroes Association. It seems they are still looking for heroes.
I don't know why they never stopped, to be honest.
Nah, we're done.
We need.
got another-
Nah, the DMV's always full. What are you talking about? So, what'd you like to do? What does Zod like to do? You get the flyer landing at your feet as the watch is in your hand.
Pick up the flyer.
You pick up the flyer. It seems there are only a few mentors available. Actually, just one, and it seems to be a guy named Rodriguez. You know this man, as he is apparently the leader of SOT, the one that apparently is winning against Diablos. Shut the hell up. Leave my man alone.
Roger Garrighted.
That's his name, by the way. So you get the flyer. What would you like to do? Right now you're in Olive, but the Heroes Association is across an entire continent.
Start
Run.
laughing.
You don't have to roll nothing. You can just say what your character wants to do with this information that was literally seems to be fate, destiny, even.
Ride a goat or a horse over there.
You can ride a horse over there. That's fine. You travel landscape, anything you can imagine. And you will head off to the hero station, and you'll also take a boat to get there. Now we'll go to the party that is sleeping in R's house, which is the mentor. They sleep in his house. They never leave. Anyway, it is the next morning for you all.
Right.
Congratulations this morning. And you hear noise downstairs.
That's crazy. 6 a.m.?
Like, it's 8 a.m. You slept in a little bit.
Ophelia busts open her door and runs her ass downstairs to see what the noise is.
R is just cooking food. And Theo is, again, just laying across the couch.
Karen's already downstairs.
R's like, you're already waiting for food downstairs.
He wakes up at 6 a.m. every day.
Okay, and R's like, well, you seem to have got out of bed really quick.
You're being loud. Quite.
And
I thought someone was here to murder us.
nobody's here to murder us.
Diablos could be back any minute, and I was sure Diablos was here to murder us.
Well, she's not. I'm just cooking. So
I don't believe it.
sit down and eat. Sit
So
down!
you actually are.
I
Are
am
you
R!
Diablos in disguise?
I am R. I stubbed my toe this morning.
Yeah, that sounds like.
Anyway, you will all eat a breakfast, and R will be like, well, I have work to do at the Heroes Association. I have to grab letters.
Let's go.
He's like, you don't have to come with me.
We have to.
Are you
We
gonna-
are 100% sure that your death curse that's meant to kill you is completely gone. So obviously we have to go with you.
Yeah, and I get to travel around here.
Right over his shoulder too.
You should have met him when he was just ahead.
He wants us to head out.
This is written.
What you laughing at? I love him. That's why I guess this is actually the only reason I kind of got him for was to play the Lich in the party. I thought it was hilarious. It was worth every cent. This skeleton. Anyway, you will all wander to the Heroes Association, and you will sit there for like about 2 hours in boredom.
Not boredom.
I was like, why are you just sitting here?
We are sitting here playing very important games. Tic-tac-toe, rock, paper, scissors, Foursquare,
Hopscotch?
Imagine playing Foursquare in the
Jump rope.
office. Play Foursquare in the office.
Found all
Orders?
these books and fucking shit.
all of it. These are important.
Anyway,
Our fun is important. You wouldn't understand.
I sure wouldn't.
Bring around the Rosie?
Uh, anyway, Zod, you come across the terrible Heroes DMV. There's lines of people just leaving the entrance.
Traffic line?
Yeah.
Just cut
Yeah,
the line.
you can kind of just pass through. You kind of push people out of the way. And again, you see a bunch of heroes, but you also see a bunch of famous villains in the Heroes Association. You can sign up for a team. And you're looking around and you see mentors' offices, and you see one plate that says Rodriguez.
Bang on the door.
Would you like to reenact how you bang on the door? You just,
Go for it.
yeah, you can go. You're good. It was
Boom,
just.
boom.
No, you're good.
The strength's there.
You all hear the banging on the door. And I was like, come in.
Hi.
You,
How y'all doing?
you see a Goliath, a giant 7-foot man coming until you barely fit through the door, but it like kind of cuts off like your forehead, like the frame.
He walks through the door frame.
Boom. And R's like, Jesus Christ. Oh. Hello. You can come in. Just don't mind these people here. They're my team.
Hi, team.
Hi.
How y'all doing?
Don't mind these people.
We're not just people, we're your family. You're a part of our team in a few days.
Okay, yes, they're kind of my found family. But we don't need to get into that. Is there anything I can help you with, sir? Sir.
Is there anything we can help you with?
Can I join y'all? Y'all seem pretty nice.
Where did you come from?
Yeah. Do you have an application?
Are you working with Diablos? You
Found this paper. It said to come here.
Oh, you just found the paper?
It was on the ground. It blew in front of me, so I picked it up.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds better. That sounds accurate.
Yeah, they kind of did the same thing with these two right here.
But no, I'm so suspicious of me.
I mean,
The same thing happened.
we're soft. Diablos is trying to kill us. I mean, if Diablos is going to kill anyone right now and manifest and like be back or whatever, Diablos would be after us, specifically Seven. Where's Seven? Is Seven here?
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm just sitting on the chair around here.
Specifically our Lich.
Yeah.
Specifically him.
She grew up to be suspicious of everyone. So
Yes.
it's kind of
Well,
nature.
Don't
Ours,
expose my trauma.
ours starts to
okay?
laugh. Ours starts to be like,
So, how'd y'all get the name Snot?
son.
Sock. Sock.
You're good. You're good.
That being said, what's your name?
Nosferatu Zod.
Nosferatu Zod. That's why.
So are we still
Nosferatu.
But I go by Zod.
Oh, you get my song. Okay.
Do you have an application at you? You kind of had to do the formal process. It's kind of.
Oh, it's not necessary. He's a Goliath.
I know, but we have no choice. It's part of the DMV.
He could stomp on somebody and stomp on everybody in the line, and then you'll be right ahead.
Well, no, he can just give it to me right now.
I can give it to him right now.
Yes.
Join the team. Why not? You're a Goliath. That's crazy.
Well,
I don't see many tall people.
you don't have to give me anything.
That's tall.
You just
That
kind of.
looks quite tall.
You just kind of act out what your character would do at this point. I'll tell you when he
That's
rolls you need
not a
made.
god. That's
Do you have a pen on your right behind my info?
Here's a quill.
I have a shot.
Right. So, where are you from, Zod?
I'm from.
Olive.
I gotta refresh my memory.
Yeah, you're good.
Olive. Southern.
No.
Conveniently, Ophelia here is also from
No,
Olive.
no, that's not.
Where you used to live?
Well, where I used to live was kind of blown up by a god.
You do know that was blown up.
It was that part of Olive.
So,
Specifically, it was blown up because of my parents.
And how's your relationship with those parents?
Well, they're dead. So,
Oh.
fantastic, I'm sure. Well, we think they're dead. They might be alive. So, like, if you see someone stalkery watching, that's probably somebody that works for my parents that we're probably going to have to kill.
So I get plenty of looks already. How to tell them apart?
You know, when they find you, I suppose.
Oh, by the way, Taryn basically looks like he's covered in ash. But you know, like, what's the skin condition called again?
Vitiligo.
Yeah, vitiligo. He has that, but they're like bright patches of like bright light coming from him. So he looks a lot odder than a Goliath.
It's like a fancy Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it's a fancy Michael Jackson.
Does he know what our characters look like?
He's seen the pictures that were on the stream, and there's even pictures of them right there.
This is the one that's on the stream, right?
Yeah, it's the one that's on the stream.
Okay, I gotta update it. But pretend he has like bright splotches on him.
He actually produces dim light, so he can't really hide well in darkness.
I don't know.
Let me out.
Has wings too.
Mm.
They're wings.
That I can summon. So they're not always there, but as you are, he can summon wings. So if he has wings, that's what they look like.
Like angel wings, but blue. Blue.
Don't turn us apart.
I just need to hold the form, that's it. That was the whole process.
Well, we have to change our team name.
Oh yeah, well, what's the team name?
Zots.
Yeah, you said you go by Zod, right? Okay.
It's either Zots or Snot.
Zots.
Zots. Zots. When I write this down.
Or
What?
Knots.
Knots with a Z at the end?
Zots, knots. Snot. I don't know how I feel about being called Snot, but I don't think that's very fitting to the team that's going to beat Diablos. But I don't know about you, Taryn.
Snot.
I can compromise on Zots.
Zots. Okay, well Zots now. Put in the form.
Alright. You see him like writing like a bunch of stuff and he's like,
Third name change.
it is a
Third.
third name change.
What was the name?
Hopefully there's not a 4.
It used to be Dot,
Not.
then it was Sot, and now it's Zot.
Zot.
Zots.
With an S on the end. You cannot forget the S. That's the 7.
Well, Zod, hope you have fun with this group. We do a lot of more dangerous missions, but considering you're a Goliath, I think you'd be completely fine. What kind of work did you used to do back then?
Labor? Physical labor? Lifting stuff?
Lifting?
Throwing stuff? A few bodyguard missions?
Few
Throw
bodyguards?
people.
Yes.
You throw people. And you squash people with your feet. Have you met a Diablo, like one of Diablo's minions?
You have not, but you've met the Carrion.
No, but I met that.
The Carrion?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. But we'll have to see how you fare because we fought some generals. We've seen Diablo herself.
A couple
Theo,
times.
Theo.
What fought Diablos?
Hi, I'm the old man here. That's what Theo says. He's like, I'm the old man here.
Don't say that. Don't be rude to your age.
I am 634.
That's pretty
You
old.
are around. It doesn't count. It doesn't.
I do stay looking young forever, so.
He stays looking young forever.
L'Oreal.
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 It's me, Ruby.
Bleep. Our picks up a call on his, like, what they do is they have a teleportation stone with, like, symbols on it, and it acts like a phone, but also can teleport you to major cities. If one person teleports with it, the whole group goes with them.
Does everybody have one?
No, it's only one person. R has his own, and Ophelia has the only stone for the group. So, R picks up his little teleportation stone, he's like, okay, hang on, I gotta leave the office for a second, and he, like, leaves and shuts the door.
Okay, let's go out. Let's follow.
Theo's like, she's kind of R used to have a curse on his soul that was bound to make him die eventually. Then he got revived by some powerful magic, and now he's like this.
Don't just say powerful magic. Say God. The same God that destroyed Happy Holland. Kira.
Huh.
That is
She's a
the
limbo god.
second timeline. I told you about it as a player, but so you know, you kind of like know this timelines lore. Yeah, but your character's like, what the fuck? Do you want your character to know about the timelines or not? Yeah, you're just like oblivious to it. That's fair.
What's going on?
What the fuck is this bitch talking about?
She's like on crack. She's like, you have a lot to catch up on. We're kind of a.
I'll learn as I go.
I wish you luck.
Probably Mumbles one of the gods later. Or multiple.
She likes to make our contact the god Kira. A lot.
Well, okay, we need her help a lot.
What's Kira the god of?
She's the god of darkness. Doesn't sound good, right? But she does good with it, so.
She seems nice enough. I mean, she blew up half the city because her husband died. But, like, he's back now.
Yeah, her husband's alive. Well and alive.
Now.
And ours brother.
Yeah, they're related.
So, the god that blew up half of Olive is buried to
Married to R's brother.
brother.
Which is high and rider.
Hiding riding.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's honestly my reaction. If that was IRL, someone told me that, I'd be like, nice.
Where's hiding riding at?
The other timeline. With Kira.
So Kira just dropped in, boom, and left.
Well, her husband got absorbed into his staff, which we were like, oh my god, it killed him, and actually died in that instance, okay? And then because she was so angry over the fact that someone tried to use her power to therefore kill her husband and her brother-in-law, she blew up the half of Olive that was responsible for that, which were my parents, and everyone associated with them, because my parents basically were
You do know her parents and everything.
Yeah, so you know the Salios.
Yes.
Yeah, they're pretty close renowned throughout Olive, the Salios family.
He was like, not anymore.
Never knew they were that bad.
We'll see. I'm just looking into it.
Sorry, never knew they were that bad.
If you're
Calliope. She is also a changeling like me, except for she has no eyes.
She kind of got blinded when trying to protect her from their parents.
From the parents who were
Dead now. Yeah. The rebel. Yeah.
So can changelings change and get more eyes?
Not if they
Not
lose.
literal ones.
They can change as long as they have no major features missing. So if they're missing an arm, they wouldn't be able to grow an arm. They
Yeah.
can change it.
So I have to essentially say the same height and that's about it. Same height and then
Same eye color.
same eye.
Yeah.
Relatively.
Well, it's-
With me having red eyes, it's a little difficult. But I can convince people pretty well that I'm different people. I've acted like a carrion leader once or twice. That went well.
Because it went well for a long time until the actual carrion leader showed up.
Except now we killed him, so I can reclaim that role.
We can't.
Hopefully we killed him.
It's like the Spider-Man meme.
The Spider-Man meme? Yeah, it basically is the Spider-Man meme. As y'all are talking, you kind of forgot to go out to check on R, so he comes back in. And he's like, important mission
What is it?
for Zots. Or Sods.
I need you to get it right.
Zots.
Zots.
Okay, stop! Okay. So there's a... I forgot the name of the continent. I forgot the name of the continent. So there's a monk order that follows Severus, who is the ruler or god of fate and divination, on Citus, which is right next to Thorin. It's like a little island. The order...
Didn't we go there?
No, you actually have not. You went to Yulin, but not Citus.
Oh.
Here's the map, because I know you like maps. She likes maps. The order known as the Elix has actually requested, personally, us for help. Well, y'all for help.
It's my first mission.
They seem to have really dire news because they're actually very isolated people. They actually came to us personally to give me this news because they're afraid that if they send it through mail or divination, that the carrion could hear it. And that could be really bad. So, I need you all to travel to Citus, which is on the next continent over, and we can deal with stuff from there. I know monks have a very, very strict order and customs that you kind of have to follow, but maybe they might give an excuse because, big party and all.
Have you checked the map?
Here's the map, if you'd like. I showed him it, when I met him. When I was, showing him more map. Citus has a name on it, so right that line right there.
My eyes don't work like they used to, but not like your sisters.
I'm sorry, no, that was
They
funny.
still work.
No, say that was so funny. That was good. That was your character's trying to be nice. He's like, my eyes still work, but not like your sisters. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good. I say things like that all the time. You'll notice that I don't pronounce things right all the time either.
Does your character wear glasses?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
fucking hilarious, bro.
Yes.
Nice. You get to look up what glasses your character wants to wear. He just adjusts his glasses to every few seconds. You like Dr. Forrester adjusts his glasses like this.
Weird.
I know.
Bro.
He doesn't like that. I'm like,
That's very anime.
you can go tell Forrester now he's very anime for doing that.
Steven's gonna flip.
Really?
You talk to Steven, he's
We can go over it later. That's all good. Alright, so R's like, well, I'll be around here, so you get to all travel to Cyprus. Just take
You're
the
not
next.
tagging along?
No, I'm the mentor. I have to stay around here and do more
For
work.
now, he's the mentor. Later, he'll be a part of the team.
I mostly do the work. You can call me on the phone whenever. Contact your gods or not. Up to you. Remember,
We try and keep him out of it because he has a tendency to die.
No, I don't.
You've already died once. That's one small
No,
all
I don't.
the rest of us.
Shush. We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, remember, your god is Tempest, the god of war. So you can
Who?
call
God of War?
Tep is the god of war.
Whoa.
Uh,
Kratos.
Yeah,
God of War Ragnarok just saw it. Oh, no, let me stay.
that's all good. I love God of War series. It's really good. Anyway, Art's like, well, bye. Stay safe.
You look suspicious.
I'm not.
You look suspicious. I will be calling every hour on the hour to make sure you're not
No.
dead or doing something suspicious.
I'm not gonna pick up.
Yeah, well, I'll be calling.
Anyway, you all are gonna go pick up the neck of the ship. Do you get to the ship? You get to the ship,
Okay.
and they say it's gonna be like a week's journey.
I
Bro.
guess we're sleeping for a week.
Wait.
Time to take a long rest.
Where are we sailing from?
You're sailing from the Heroes Nation all the way to Cyprus.
Can we just teleport to Thorn?
You can teleport to Thorn, actually. You have the stone, and you know Thorn.
Let's go to, I forgot.
Should probably go to
Sleep for more.
Thorn City. I don't
Yeah,
have the map
that's
with
where.
me.
That's where.
So you teleport there, and you experience the magic of the teleportation stone, and you all teleport to a big city.
Little tingly.
You feel a little tingly. You always feel a little tingly after teleportation. And you get to Sidus in literally just like 2 days. Congratulations.
This could have taken so much longer.
Here's a fucking map.
Damn, you needed one map and then a whole nother one.
Yeah, that's the map of Sidus.
You leveled them.
No, because I was kind of rushing.
What?
The big temple in the trees is where y'all are going at, and you basically pull up where that. Yeah, and where the arrow is where you land.
Cool.
So you see a bunch of buildings, and they're kind of like mud houses almost. Not really mud. It's more like just smooth stone.
Adobe.
And you see a bunch of people in monks, and monks robing, and monks robing, walking around. It's very quiet.
Hi!
They all get startled by your presence, like.
Yeah, so do I.
Hello?
Like, they just kind of wave at you like the people, like.
Maybe,
What's your name?
maybe you should be quiet.
Can you speak?
Why?
Are you mute?
One word.
Sorry, Marvin.
I love this game.
I just
He's like,
one word. Be quiet. That's 2 words.
Shut up.
Oh. Wait, why?
and she like, they point towards like the forest, and they're
There's
like,
monsters? We'll slay them. No? Okay.
and the other one talks, and they
Stop. Stop. One word.
and they walk off.
I was waiting for the word that they were going to. Okay.
Can I follow them?
If you'd like to follow them, you can.
I try to follow them.
You follow them. Would you like to follow Zod and
I
follow them?
suppose so.
Probably.
Okay. You follow them, and they take you to what seems to be a more like, I guess like taller monk leader that has like some sort of like nature-esque like crown almost, and like blue bright robing compared to like the more I guess red colors that the other monks wear, and they're like, they speak in a very quiet voice. It's like, I'm sorry if our residents give you any trouble. They cannot speak a word. We suggest you keep your voices down, please.
Why?
Sorry. Well, the guardians of the forest don't like loud noises, and they could attack our village.
So we need to fight.
No,
We
no,
need to
no.
kill them.
No killing
What
our.
did we come here for?
Do not. Do not kill the guardians. Could you tell us why you're here?
A temple.
Something about Sabras.
Oh, you must be. And he like pulls out the paper.
Zots.
Yeah, he was like Zots. Keep the voices down.
I.
Okay. Well, if you could please, you must be. You must be totally quiet walking up the steps. It's 1,000 steps to the temple. You must walk each single step, but you must be very quiet on the way.
Can my feet fit on the steps?
Yes, you made sure to include. We are very diverse and include all races. We're very inclusive and include
I'm still dying at you whisper screaming.
and account for everyone.
Wait, no, he has to step on each step too.
I have to step on these steps. And they're like, yes.
You're gonna crackle.
Nah, I can walk. I'm just.
You're going to crackle and pop your bone.
I can walk. I just kind of lazy, so
We
I
could
just
just
fly
drag
around.
him up so his feet still hit each one.
You can't do that if you want.
Wouldn't that be loud though? Are you saying that we don't?
No, the rattling bones, but screaming and yelling and talking loud.
Talking to. I
You
don't
must-
think that I can do this. I think we have to call awe and say we can't do this. I can't be quiet for 1,000 steps.
And then Theo's like, I know how to make her quiet.
No, don't you dare!
He casts silence on you. That's perfect.
Try screaming.
So I haven't eaten in like 2 days. You got some snacks?
Don't worry, it's like you don't have to eat in D&D. I'll just say you eat at the beginning of each day, so you have already eaten. But if you want some more food, happens. If we can give you a giant lamb leg to eat on,
What if I'm a vegetarian?
then we
I'm
have,
not a vegetarian.
well, fruits and
What if I
such.
was?
I can make food out of magic.
She can.
Wait, I'm a cook. I forgot.
Yeah, you are the cook. You do have cooking utensils. Anyway, he like points for the stairs and he's like, "Here are the stairs."
Really a stomps up them.
Doesn't make really any because they're marble steps.
Angry.
Theo like starts laughing. He's like, oh, "Come on, everybody! Yeah, do that again. Do that again. I dare you. I dare you." She's very she's like a kid.
Defiant.
Silence is on her, so no one can hear her, but you can
What
see
does
her.
that mean?
Silence is like a spell. So,
No, what does that mean?
oh, she's saying "fuck you." She does that a lot. Anyway, you go up 1,000 steps. Wow, the whole day passes and it's the fucking afternoon, and you see you're at the top of the trees, and you're like above the treetops, and you see it's just green. Wow, great. But you also see the rest of the land. Give him. Do you want to see the map, Corey?
Hypothetically, if I jump, what would happen?
You would die
We
probably.
would all fall back down the stairs.
Here's the map of the continent you're on. Anyway, you're up on the big temple right there. You see a glorious giant temple outlined with a sun and a moon. It's wide open. There's no doors. It's just wide open.
Right.
What would you like to do?
I still forgot what we're here.
Theo, uncast silence on you.
Fuck you!
That's the only way to keep you quiet. What would you like to do?
Valid, I guess.
Who wants to lead the way?
Amelia, just stomp her ass in.
You walk in, and you notice that a lot of the themes here match with maestros, which means it's a bunch of stars, moon, sun, crystal balls. Ponder the orb. Anyway, ponder the orb. And you see at the end what seems to sort of be like a throne with a crystal ball sitting in front of it.
I'm gonna sit on it.
The ball or the ball?
The throne.
Can I
Yeah.
pick up the ball?
You can try to, yeah.
I try to pick up the ball.
So as you're about to sit down, someone appears right behind you, and you kind of fall forward almost onto Zod, who's trying to pick up the orb. And you notice the orb disappear in front of you, so you fall right on top of Zod, who you don't move because you're a 7-foot, 360-pound Goliath. So you just kind of slam into a rock. Seven, seven. Really trying to sit on my throne, and you know someone in like robes, and he's bald, with the mustache that goes like this, and then that goes like that.
I mean, it was there, ready for the taking.
You shouldn't sit on random things, or it could be somebody's property.
Sit on random things.
There could be a trap on this chair. You could have fallen for it.
Is it?
What if there was?
I'm asking you right now, is there a trap on the chair?
Yes, there's a trap on the chair.
Then why did you stop me?
Because I was the one who requested for your team's help, but you don't seem to have any common sense.
I know he's drowned. You're quite correct. But you summoned us, so here we are.
Yeah, back up, back up. He like motions both of you like back.
I take a step back.
Yeah, he's like, I'm Severus, god of fate and divination. And I'm here for your help. So this continent used to be a monstrous beast that actually roamed this timeline. Before it was struck down by us gods. In order to make sure it never rose again, we chained it onto the timeline, and as time itself passed, the beast became swallowed by water and covered by the earth, becoming the continent that we now stand on, actually. In one of my divinations, I saw the carrion reviving the beast by breaking its chains, and Diablos commanding the creature, leading to this timeline's demise instantly. I have been watching over this beast for centuries, and I need your team's help to help stop the carrion from breaking the chains, which I have found the solution to.
Why don't we just kill it?
You can't actually kill it.
Why
It's
don't you just kill it?
we have tried, but it's sort of like we were able to kill it, but it is sort of surrounding in its own energy and slowly not building up because it's in chains. But once it's released, Diablos can channel her energy into it.
Can you keep killing?
Yes, you can keep killing it. That is, you can.
I'll make another timeline and put it over there since you guys like making timelines.
We so,
Put it in straw.
You know-
With the frickin' terrace.
it actually would be advisable, but we actually can't move it without destroying this timeline completely either. Without destroying this entire continent. And too many people live on
Don
it.
diddly don it, I suppose.
We don't want millions of people dying, do we?
Of course not.
Let's be friends with it.
I mean, you could try being friends with it. I wouldn't recommend it.
What if it's off the head?
I don't know if you can keep a big enough pet to have enough food to feed it, and enough of a litter box to keep everything clean.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You said some monstrous beast or whatever thing.
It's as big as the continent.
That's not that big.
Anyway,
Friendship is what it's called. Everyone can make friends with the good people. I wanna insight the alignment of the land that I'm standing on. And therefore the creature.
This one is part of the creature.
yeah. What you can so like let's say you meet a person that's gonna meet a person. You're like, I want to know if they're evil or good. I'll tell you to roll an insight check. The higher you get, the more truthful that I'm saying it is. You know what I mean? So like if I'm like, you get a 20, I'm like, they're good. Yeah, it's pretty for sure they're good. You get like a 1, I'm like, well, they're good. You don't know.
Can I do it?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna do it.
what are you gonna say, Corey?
Say, you're a god of wisdom,
Fate and
fate
divination.
and divination. What is this pocket watch? What is this? It's shiny and
Interesting.
red.
I've never seen an artifact like that. More like a time artifact, probably not for this timeline, but maybe the second timeline? Very interesting. Just keep it with you for now. We'll have to get into those matters at another time.
So you're saying it would be valuable.
It must be with how much power it holds.
It holds power. You have something that holds power?
Can I hit people with it?
I don't think I advise you breaking it.
See it?
You see as I described when I first described it.
How big is
If
the
this
bag?
broke, you would like unleash fire on people, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's like this big.
I could give someone a pretty good boost.
So you're telling, yeah, and if it broke, there's like this like flame fire and stuff. I'm sure that would like add them.
I want to break it on the monster.
Yeah, break it on this.
I don't
Like where we stand. Break it on this thing.
I don't advise you using that to destroy the monster, because if anything, it'll probably destroy this temple and maybe everything around it in 2 seconds.
If it takes the monster down, is that a win?
That's.
It is
I
already
like this
it is
guy.
already down right now. We're just trying to enforce the chains or maybe even exterminate it completely.
Fine. So what do you want us to do exactly?
There's an artifact. Let me go find it actually. Let me see. I gotta find the fucking thing I wrote.
I feel like killing the creature that is a whole continent would probably be like
A fantastic idea, I know.
And
killing a being that is making this living area possible.
hold Seven's hand.
As in-
Like holding my hand?
It'd probably be like
Console me.
Ultraman.
I mean,
It's okay, we all skin and bones.
Diablos is doing more
Oh.
damage.
Jealousy.
I I'm sure having a large rampaging creature would
Ah,
help.
Oh, yeah, that was really cool.
Probably not. There we are. What's the artifact?
So it's actually an artifact that seems to be from Azrael and Diablos' time. So very, very strong.
Is it the box?
Not
the box that killed gods?
There's actually more than the box that exists apparently in Azrael and Diablos' time, which is like millions and millions of years ago. You need an index? I'll eventually write one for you.
Is it more powerful than the square that kills gods?
Probably just as powerful as the square, but it has a different function.
How do we use it?
That's what we're trying to use on the chains. And you can keep it after the chains. How about that?
We need to keep a god artifact. But not just any god. And Azrael and Diablos god artifact.
I'm gonna try to open
What I'm saying.
Try to open what?
the box.
The box is not here. Diablos has the box.
And it
That's
kills
the
gods.
yeah. That's the box that kills and absorbs gods.
Wait, so what does this thing look like?
He doesn't know.
Okay, so you're telling us to go on a wild goose chase for something that is very powerful, but we have no idea what it looks like.
See,
Yeah.
I saw it in the divination.
Yeah.
It was not a clear form, but I know exactly where it is.
Oh, that's good.
Why didn't you go try to get it? You're a god.
Because in order for me to open the the portal to the astral sea, to the other portal where it's at, I'll have to guard the astral sea portal in case any Diablos minions
What's
come.
an astral sea?
It's basically where magic arcana all exists.
Is there a beach?
Is there a beach? I wish there was. That's
So
what it
you're
is.
telling me that we have to go where arcana is, just straight arcana.
It is basically straight arcana, but I will guide you through it completely.
So we're going to another realm?
Yes.
No.
I want to see if this man is working for Diablos.
It's not the
Insight
first
check.
time.
I know. I have to check.
Friggin' under 12 and the-
Yeah, you can do whatever you'd like right now. 19. This man's telling the truth. He's truthful.
I think he's telling the truth. But he is a god, so he could most definitely still be lying.
I might just be stupid. Not even clear. Okay, I guess we go.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna lead you to the tip of the continent, where the portal to the astral sea will lie.
Oh, 7, you stay here.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean, stay here?
Well, you have to stay here to make sure he does the right thing. And if he doesn't, blow him up.
He's coming with y'all. He's going with y'all.
Okay, well, I don't know, stay here until off we don't return.
Is that what Zod does? He sticks his finger in Seven's mouth. What the fuck you doing? You violating me?
Oh,
This is an offense. From his bald ass head.
Listen, that's not the worst we've done to him.
We're bald brothers.
I took his school went. I was like, what? I'm tired of y'all.
no, do the thing with the fingers on that one.
Oh my God. Show what she did. Like a bowling ball.
I'm so sorry.
My poor 7, man. He's just doing nothing here. He's like, fine, I'll just stay around here.
Okay, if we don't return until we're dead.
Okay. I'll make sure I'll write a will. Everything goes to me.
I guess. Might as well.
Anyway, Severus is like,
Probably should write a will, to be honest.
But we're not gonna die.
Let's go.
Anyway, you kind of like, Severus is like, I'm going to prepare the portal. There's a carriage waiting for you out there. Just to make sure we don't draw any suspicion to ourselves for the carrier. It's a magic.
Astral Ocean View?
Well, if we all teleport there at once, I don't know what carrier member's watching or not. So we must go separately.
Can you check the cart for traps?
you can, but Severus says, I doubt there's any traps on there. It's my personal carriage. It's a magic carriage, run by magic horses.
You could check to see if there are any carrion around that you can see.
Exactly. You can make a perception. So that's like in the big, long one. You'll just see it. It's in alphabetical order.
We go
Oh.
separately.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
13.
A 13. Looking around the monks, you notice that they're not from carrying, they're more devoted to Severus. So,
So none that we know.
yeah, none that you notice.
And we're going separately?
To not draw any carry member suspicion that are outside. Why does your team member look like this? I do not fall for the pouty face. You get to ride in a magical carriage with magical horses. Is that enough?
Can we take a monk who knows what they do?
You can.
7, I changed my mind. Become a skull and come with me.
Okay. Earl! He shrinks into a skull. I gotta hand you the skull now. Yeah, he can. He can just turn into a skull. He gets a hold of it if you have it.
I'll go first.
You go in the carriage. It's just a carriage. It's really nice. You want to take a monk friend with you?
Yes.
Yeah, the one of the leaders goes with you. She's just chilling. Would you like to head off now?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna go basically up here, and you're coming from down here. So as you're going by, you're gonna come across a river, and you see someone looking around for help frantically.
You. What do you mean?
She's like, "You're heroes, right? You're heroes."
Inside check.
Is that good or bad?
Insight check means if she's evil or not.
18?
It's just some normal village woman that looks panicked.
Go for it.
She's like, "You're heroes, right? You're from the Heroes Association."
Possibly.
Well, if you are, we need some serious help at our village.
What's in it for us?
Well, maybe gold and such if we have any right now.
Why? What's happening at the village?
There are, at night, there seems to be ghostly figures coming from the river. And they just take some of our people away. We don't know where they go.
I don't like those.
We're afraid that if the next... Oh, is there stuff in there?
I put my car keys in there.
We're afraid that if the next, I guess, ghosts come by, that we probably won't make it the next night. None of us will. So, we're looking for help.
So are we all going separately already, or?
Yeah, Severus is probably already where he is, and y'all are just in one carriage, so...
Oh, I thought we were going like individually.
No, you're all in one carriage. Severus had to go individually to not attract attention.
Okay.
I'm not sure. We don't have any artifacts, we're just a village.
How big is your village?
100 people, but now it's down to 20.
Hey,
Why don't you all just leave?
We've tried to, but it seems we can't leave this place. This is
I
as
feel
far.
like I've heard this.
This is as far as we can go, or I can go, before something stops me.
Is there fog in your village?
No, it's not Barovia, I swear.
I've read books. Okay. Maybe we should help them. Maybe we should help the guy. Sabri?
Sabras? I guess so. Probably.
Yo!
You played a Severus, and he's like, "What happened? Is there
There's
something
a
wrong?
person that needs help.
Can you help them as I prepare the spell to the Astral Sea?"
I wanted to let you know. I didn't want you to think you
Oh.
died.
Well, then I appreciate you letting me know. I will stay here a little longer then.
Okay, we'll help them. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's like 5 hours until pitch black night, so you will have to wait the day.
We'll come and help you. Don't you don't get trapped in.
Thank you. So far, everyone that comes and enters the village doesn't seem to be trapped, but we seem to be trapped here.
Will we have to sneak around?
Not in the village. There's no monsters at day, but they only start coming at night.
Will we have to sneak at night?
I'm not sure.
I glow.
I don't want to be here at night. Oh no, I glow! I don't want to be here at night, unless I don't think we have enough time for that anyway. Okay.
I glow and wear chainmail.
Anyway, you come to the village and you notice how dead it is, and you see windows boarded up.
You notice the dead people?
No, there's just people walking around. There's no dead people laying on the ground. It's just quiet.
Where are your dead people that you said were dead?
We don't
They
know.
got eaten?
They disappeared. We never checked to look because anyone who went out to look would die or never come back.
where did they come from?
They come from the river.
We go to the river.
It's still day.
I still want to use the river to investigate.
You go to the river. It's a nice shallow river, so it's like only about knee high for most
Okay,
people.
let's burn it.
I'm
Burn
gonna search the
water.
river for.
We burn the
Stop.
water and evaporate.
Make a
the
investigation
ammonia.
check.
Okay, who's gonna do
It's
that?
all the way at the bottom.
We have fireballs, 7.
So it's like,
But
I
it's
can't.
a river,
It's
so it
water.
doesn't
It won't burn.
No, but it will evaporate.
0.
So you're looking around the river, and you're literally just like in the water. You're just like, and you just see rocks, and that's it. You
The
can get
village
it.
is right here, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so literally it's gonna come back in from the ocean.
Can I Arcana check it?
Arcana check over. Yes, you can.
Nat 20, 27.
About 20. You notice a unfamiliar magic around here, but you're not sure where to locate it.
There's an unfamiliar map around here, but I'm not sure what's located.
You know that it's like the only location you can discern is it's like in the river.
Go find it.
He's like, I'm not going. He sticks to your hand. He's like, you really think I'm gonna do that? That is disgusting. Yeah, he's just stuck to your hand.
You
Yeah,
have to go find
that's
the
right.
source.
Don't throw it. Look, Zod was looking in the river earlier. He couldn't find anything.
Don't make fun of the new Skender. You're a lich, you know magic. Does not. Go!
He's still stuck to your hand. I'm not going in nasty water.
Become a skeleton again.
Okay, I'm skeleton again.
Thrown in the water.
He's like, you can't throw me nowhere.
Why don't you go find the source?
Why don't
Seven?
I can't find the source. I see the same thing you do. It's somewhere in the river and I can't find it.
Can I use detect magic to find it?
Yes, you can.
More.
I cast it.
It's in another pocket dimension, actually. You can't seem to. You won't be able to see it because it's in a different pocket dimension.
Bruh, so I wasted it?
Yeah.
Bruh.
No, that was helpful.
No, that was
Go
helpful because they didn't know where to find it. But now you know that the reason it's not showing is.
Do I know it's School of Magic?
What do you mean?
It says that I
Oh,
read it.
you don't know what the fuck this school of magic is.
What did you learn?
It's in a pocket dimension.
It's in a pocket dimension, 7. How do we get in a pocket dimension? You,
You-
Theo, you're all magic users.
Usually, you have to wait for it to come out.
That's not helpful. We're
So-
not waiting till night.
Well, I guess we have to if we want to
No.
figure it out.
Let's blow it up.
Blowing it up won't do anything. It's in a different dimension.
It's not even there, technically.
Just spell it.
I can't just call it dimension.
Call the gods. Call your god.
Here.
Her god's Tyr, which is the god of justice. Yes, Taryn?
Hey, so we're at a village in, that one island off of Thorin.
Citus, yes.
So there's this village, and there's ghosts that come out of the river at night, and the source of magic is in a pocket dimension, and Ophelia wants to blow it up.
Well, blowing it up won't do any good, obviously.
He said it won't do any good.
Then what should we do? I don't know what.
What do we do?
There's two options. You either wait for it to come out, or you try to pull it from the dimension. Which can be fatally dangerous by opening up a portal to another dimension.
Right.
It's a very unnatural way, but it might not happen as well.
What do you make of these ghosts? We gonna die?
I haven't seen these ghosts, and I haven't heard of this until now. So I can't really give you any advice if I haven't seen or heard of these ghosts.
Okay.
What did he suggest?
He said either pull it out by opening a dimension door thing, which could kill us.
7. It's your moment. You're already
or wait for
dead.
it to come out.
Nah, like that. 7. You're already dead. Go for
You
it.
know there's can be very bad consequences if this fails.
Like what?
Die?
A dimension portal opens and releases very untold disasters onto the world. Haven't you ever read history and it's happened like 7 times?
Well, let's not be the aim.
I can't promise that.
You're
So
telling me we have to waste 5 hours waiting on it to be nighttime.
I could pull it out if everyone wants me to and take the risks.
I think it's a great idea.
I don't think it's a great idea.
What do you think?
What do you think?
I don't think it's a great idea, but I'll do whatever the party wants, I
What
guess.
about you, Theo?
Look, I dealt with pocket dimensions in my life, and let me say, they're not very nice.
Finally.
You didn't even ask for Zod's opinion.
Well, we're outnumbered anyway, even if he did agree with me. If it was a tie, I would have said yes. Go, Zod, tell me everything.
Someone's like,
You play hopscotch.
We've been playing hopscotch for a whole day.
for like less than an hour.
Forever.
I think rock, paper, scissors, shoot would solve this.
It would.
Between who?
It's, I guess.
Don't
Me
look
and
at me.
you, bitch.
Yeah,
Go
you're,
with,
no,
go with,
you're
Seven.
no, you're the
Little
one.
skeleton hands.
Taryn's going to.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh shit.
I guess we open it.
Oh god.
I wish I had like dice on me. Oh well.
Tara's gonna like step like
Tuck for
20 feet
cover.
back. Yeah.
All right, let me just pull up.
Well, now that we're doing it, what was your opinion?
I go with the flow. I'm the
Exactly.
newbie here.
I love that. That's great.
All right, let's pull up things. I gotta pull up many things.
Rarely do we. I pointed out, you only flick you off. Rarely do you get to do things that are chaotic. It's nice for a change.
You all died. That's just
The
it.
off thread because we felt like it, and then we almost
We
died.
had to see if our teammate was dead. They're dead. And not a traitor. They're just dead. That's how I feel too.
Tara and Ophelia act like siblings.
They do.
I think it's funny.
Let's see. We're gonna roll this, and then I'm gonna see if it passes or fails from 7. Okay.
Tic-tac-toe.
Anyway, it's like afternoonish now. The sun's about to set, and 7's gonna cast some dimension spell because I'm too lazy to look up a dimension spell. So that's pretty good. It doesn't work.
Leadership.
Kind of, yeah. And then you notice the like surrounding, I guess, I don't know, air like start to like vibrate, like zzz.
Back up.
And he pulls something out, and you're all gonna make a con save. So that's under your saving throws, and it's literally called con. So like under that big box where it says saving throws, and it really says like, con.
Oh, good. I hope I didn't jinx it myself.
26.
Okay, so I forgot to roll for Theo and all them. God.
With all of them, it's 2. It's 7 and Theo.
7 and
I
Theo.
made sure not to bring on art.
I gotta go to Theo's sheet.
Verified. We're not leaving another right.
Oh my god, R's here and he's dead. Oh my god. I'm just kidding.
Then he
Oh.
pulls out his arm.
I just noticed that R. R's dead Barb. No, it doesn't happen.
All of the Raiden siblings that died.
They're all alive again. Oh my god, all 9.
They are
Are-
the ghosts.
Nice.
Yeah, Hayden has 9 siblings, including R and himself. He's like, his parents were just fucking, I guess. They were just really going at it. Anyways,
They all were cursed.
everyone passes except Ophelia. Jesus. It was 15.
So you
Decent.
can cast Deathborn on her?
No one's gonna die,
Oh,
but
wait,
she's gonna.
add a 3 to it because you get a +3 because of my aura of protection.
17.
All right, you're safe, but y'all are taking half damage from this then, all of you. So it's gonna be half of what everyone will throw.
Yeah, if you're ever near me, you get a +3 to saving throws.
So you're gonna take 60, 10 damage, everybody, but half of that. So whatever it rolls is
That
gonna.
would suck for Ophelia.
Yeah, I might have rolled back because I know there's a lot of 1s right now. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Everyone takes 16 psychic damage, which means your head hurt.
Oh.
Owie. So you just go up in the corner and then click damage. There you go. But it feels like you got a pretty bad headache as something comes through the portal and it makes a shrill screech. Like, it's like chalkboard, like scraping your nails against the chalkboard. And this is what it looks like. Oh my god, I'm sending it to the Discord. It's an orb. And you hear like almost like screaming and whispering coming from the orb. And you notice that ghosts that look like this start to rise from the water.
Hey, yo!
I throw a rock
Oh my
at them
God.
from the water.
Yeah, this is what ghosts look like. And you hear like whispering and shrieking around you all. Almost.
Blow it up.
Who wants to hit the orb?
Can I throw a rock at it from the water?
You can. Roll a strength check, which is one of the bigger ones.
I don't like those.
I don't like
21.
21, you throw a rock at it, pretty sizable, like you find a nice hand rock, and it actually cracks it, but doesn't fully break it, but you notice another pulse comes from it, and you all need to make another con save.
Oh my god. You guys told about the one ghost that we encountered in Heroes
Oh,
Second.
well,
We were all
yeah.
like,
Oh, fuck.
13.
13, 7.
oh fuck.
Ooh.
Oh, we all failed it.
Oh, yikes. I gotta roll for Theo and 7. Hang on.
They do 20 times better.
Well, how do we know what's a fail and what's a pass?
It depends on her.
Depends on me. Well, if Theo passes because he gets a +3 from
Usually when
Taryn.
you roll, if you get below a 10, that's probably bad. If you get above a 10, that's probably okay.
Yeah, unless you're doing something simple and you get a 10 and it's like, yeah, it's usually a
Yeah,
pass.
it really just depends.
Yeah, 'cause, like sometimes I'd be like, your character's skilled enough to be able to do it. I just kind of roll because like the off chance it doesn't. But if your character's really skilled in it, there's no roll at all. Like I'm gonna break, I don't know, this like cloth and rip it. I don't, you're not gonna roll that. Just rip it. It's not hard. Anyway, everyone but Theo fucking fails. Another shrill shriek, shriek goes throughout the plane, and you're gonna take. Everyone takes full damage of what's gonna be rolled. Oh god. 35.
Rolling low.
It is
That's
rolling
low?
Yeah.
for a
It
D10.
can go all the way up to 60.
Yeah,
So
60.
35, right?
Yep, 35.
It's half was
Yeah.
If the next one's 60, I die.
Yeah.
So 60, I'm like 10 health.
Anyway, it's almost broken, but the ghosts are starting to close in on y'all.
To the ult. Destroy the ult, but like, destroy it.
Who wants to do it?
throw my javelin at it.
You can. I mean, you can actually just stab it because you're right next to it, really.
Oh, can I just hit it by one?
Yeah.
Or
You can roll. You don't have to roll a strength check because it's already cracked, and you're a Goliath with a warhammer. I don't understand. Like what? So you smash it and it breaks, but this time no shrill streaks out. But y'all do definitely have pretty bad headaches right now, and it falls to pieces, and the orb seems to lose like its color, and it turns into a gray. You notice the fucking ghosts go like, and they disappear into the like I guess whatever, and you hear them almost like a hiss as they disappear. And-
All over?
And you notice what seems to be one last glowing shard just laying in the river. You pick it up. It seems to be like the same look as the orb as everything moves inside of it. And you still hear this small, faint whispering. Would you like to strength for that? Because it's like a pretty good small piece.
You went to 7.
11?
11, you can't really break it because it's too small.
Okay, 7. Run it in.
I can't really burn crystals, I guess.
Okay.
It breaks from that one.
Cool.
The last of the orb is gone. But you want show what the energies were.
did the other pieces disappear?
They're just kind of laying, but they're like out of power. So it's like,
Just take one.
yeah, you can just take an empty.
Shiny.
Yeah, you can take an empty one. Yeah, go ahead. You now have an empty shard piece that you have to must remember that is in your inventory, or you can add it somewhere in there. Just go to inventory and you'll see add. Anyway, that seems to be done, and now it is night.
I want to see what it was.
What it was?
Yeah, like the energy.
The energy? Oh, it's all gone now. You destroyed it.
Okay.
Can't tell anything. Millennia? She's like, it is 6 p.m.
So we destroyed an orb that was summoning ghosts, and I want to know what it was.
And
it was a magic that I didn't know.
You didn't even leave a piece? Is there
No,
any
I
piece?
destroyed it.
Then I can't tell what it is.
The empty piece.
We have the empty pieces.
I don't think that would help with anything if they're empty.
Come here.
Fine. Shut up. She sews up. She's like,
Look at the pocket dimension.
it's gone now. The bucket dimension's gone. There's nothing like, there's no trace left.
Kevin, why did you destroy it?
I didn't. It was a one-time thing.
Okay. Well, she picks up all the shards and hands them to Millennia.
I literally can't tell anything from
It was
this.
blue.
There's nothing here. I can't tell
It
anything.
was blue magic.
Well, I guess I can't tell anything, huh?
Okay, well, you know it's not from this realm, so.
I don't know if it's from this room or not because there's
You gotta
nothing
take it
here.
off. Ask them.
She's like,
Ask the god.
fine, I will, but nothing's gonna come out of it. They're gonna say the same thing I said.
Give it to Nathanda and tell Nathanda.
He's not gonna know anything either.
It screamed.
It did scream. It screeched at us. I had a headache.
There's a lot of things that screams at people.
This one screeched, and it summoned ghosts, and she pulls out like a stick and starts drawing it on the floor. And the ghosts, they look like this.
You know, I've not met you before. Who's this?
That completely ignores Ophelia. Laughing my ass off.
This is my god. That's Shaw's god.
I am the god of different darkness and loss. So basically, loss.
And death.
What's your name again?
My name is Millennia.
Millennia.
I was Shar's daughter. Shar died.
We thought she was a baby god.
She thought I was a baby god.
It was a group thought.
Anyway, it's nice to meet you.
I'm Zod.
He's an about it.
I can tell. It's not like I've never seen a Goliath before.
He can salt people,
Yes, you can.
don't you?
Anyway, you have any idea what this orb was?
I have a question. How many glowing blue orbs that scream and release ghosts do y'all know of?
That's what I'm saying.
A lot. There's a lot of ways you can make that kind of type of orb.
But this was summoning ghosts.
And ghosts can be summoned
I
anywhere.
drew out the ghosts for
I
you.
know, and those look like typical ghosts.
Well, is it gone now?
It seems like it. I don't sense anything around here. That's why I said I can't tell anything.
It's payday.
Well, why'd you come?
Because you said to come over here.
Well, there's no point.
Well, then
I'm.
I'm leaving, and she just leaves.
What health are you at?
57.
Add 35 to that.
You don't have to add it just to Ophelia right now.
Perfect road.
It's nighttime, by the way.
It's snack time?
It's nighttime, by the way.
It's nighttime.
Night.
Yeah.
Ophelia goes to the village and shouts, "You're safe."
Kind of really far away, so I don't really hear you.
She goes to the village
Oh, okay.
and says, "You're safe, people."
They kind of come out and they're like,
I don't know where your friends and family members' bodies are, but we just need to go.
'cause they thank you for your work. You get 10 gold pieces, but it seems like they have.
Well, since they're gone, let's just borrow what the dead people had. They're not going to use it.
He was like, I think they want to be buried with their items.
Good thought,
I think
though.
theft from the dead is pretty.
I mean, if they were evil, I'd probably agree with you, but I don't foresee them all being evil.
I mean, at the very least, it's rude. At the most, it's like they're gonna come back for you.
My apologies for
My apologies. It's okay. No one heard it besides the team. So Theo's like, it's okay. I mean, they have probably some useful things, but maybe another time.
When they're evil, remember that thought. When they're evil, dead
Gosh.
people, we always steal from them.
Loot their bodies.
Yes.
Or their goods.
Yeah.
You can do the bodies as well.
Most definitely. Alright, let's go to the god guy.
Well, I'll throw the shot.
You throw the shard. You throw the shard away. You go to Reseverus's and he's like, everything okay?
We destroyed a middle orb that screeched and summoned ghosts.
That's not very uncommon. It's kind of common.
What is it?
I don't know. I mean, is there anything else you can tell me?
The ghosts look like this.
Six people.
And
They
then the
came
bodies
down
were
with
missing.
population.
Do you have any samples?
We had the cracks of the thing.
No, we don't.
Well, then I'm sorry, but I can't seem to
Go
help
back
you.
and check.
I am trying to help you right now.
Okay, we'll be right back.
I should take that shot.
Are you gonna go back to the village? Are you?
We gotta go get the shot.
You go back in. You find the exact shard that was on the ground. It is now midnight. It is
Then
midnight.
we go back.
You go back. I'm tired of y'all.
He has the shot.
I have the shot.
Would you like to give it to me? It's empty.
Exactly.
We are wasting time here.
You're wasting time. You said you gotta identify it.
But if there's nothing in the whatever. No common sense I see.
Okay,
It's not. No.
pause. Pause, sir. Because here's the thing. If you were really powerful and really cool, you'd be able to know from the remnants of magic that are on the little fucking orb.
There is even no remnants. That's the problem.
God. I'm a god. I can do so much. Does nothing.
I used to be immortal, then I became a god.
Oh, sounds like some other gods we know.
Exactly. Anyway,
Why are we here?
did you already forget?
No! Why are we here right now? Tell us what to do.
I'm going to open up the
Go.
portal to the astral sea,
Go.
and you're all going to walk through.
Go. Okay.
Anyway, take this orb with you.
Adios. Oh.
No, we won't say. He has a question.
Here's a question, you think? I'm gonna take this to class one day. Anyway.
That'd be hilarious. Strap up to your backpack.
He's like, anyway, take this crystal orb. It'll allow me to.
What color is it?
It's just a plain crystal orb. It's a clear crystal orb.
Does it have magic?
And he's like, it's my magic. So I can communicate through this and see what you're seeing and be able to guide you through the astral sea. Lose it and you have no way of getting out or to the place.
I want to see if it's the same magic that was in the orb.
It is literally not.
Chanel's crystal nice.
It's a long story. But he's like, who wants the orb? Actually, I should give it to this man right here.
Listen, you get the teleportation stone all the time.
I'm not even question it.
Because I talk the most. I do the most talk to people on the phone. I call them.
Can I just carry you?
Yeah, you can carry 7 around, but he's just a head right now.
Is it an orb or is it like a crystal point?
A crystal ball. Yeah.
It's got keys in it.
It's a crystal ball that you're holding. Anyway, he opens up what seems to be like a portal that looks like a galaxy, and he's like, jump right in.
How magical. Go in, Taryn.
You go in.
I go in there.
I peek my head in.
Yeah.
Jumping.
So y'all just see his head floating in midair as y'all are in the sea, and you all see that it's like almost like you're inside of a galaxy. Yeah, almost. And you're standing on like nothing it seems, but you're standing on something. You can't really tell. Anyway, would you like to step fully into the portal?
I jump.
You jump in. You are in the astral sea, vast of like nothing, but at the same time, almost everything. And what would you like to do?
What do we do? Ask the orb.
You notice like a little arrow, like a quest marker, like pointing like a compass everywhere.
Oh. This way.
Onward.
You walk through the empty vast of the sea, and it's like you can almost see images of people, but then they kind of disappear, but not like ghostly. It's more like
the orb around us.
just around you. Like there are people in the sea. In the sea. What the fuck are you doing? Damn, going for a chip mix. And eventually the arrow starts to point down on where you're standing.
If I stomp.
You stomp
Stop
and
digging.
you hear stomp and you hear like the echo throughout the entire sea.
Whoa.
You're just like clawing at almost like glass. You're like just
Oh, I guess we can just break it then.
and you notice the orbs start to glow. and it shoots down a beam, and you see a portal open up as well.
Oh shit. You all do it.
Stomp.
I'm just
Dig.
working through the
Would you like to go in?
I suppose we don't have a choice if it's under us.
So what are we falling?
You're kind of falling, but it's not like it's like someone casted feather fall on you, so you're not gonna hit the ground hard, but you feel like you're falling. And eventually, you all land on the ground, and a bunch of dust kicks up. And it seems to be like you're almost in a really, really dark ravine, but you all can see in the dark, so it doesn't fucking matter. Anyway.
We don't even have to because I'm below.
This is torches and stuff.
So like you enter upon a ravine that reaches far above, but there is no light above you. Along the dark rocky walls, you see endless amounts of statues that are all close together, coming from the walls that scale all the way to the top. There is a way forward, and light comes from the end.
How wide is the ravine?
It's pretty wide right now, like 100 feet spaced out. You can't really see the statues clearly as you're in the middle of that 100 foot. And there's a light all the way at the end, but it seems like quite a walk.
What's the orc say?
The orb is pointing towards the light.
Okay, guess we keep going.
As you walk forward, the ravine actually starts to slowly close and tighten. And the statues become much more detailed to look at. And as you're looking, you notice that there's a bunch of people that looks like they're actually trying to escape the rock, or are fighting each other, or they have died. Would you like to take a closer look at these statues as the ravine starts to close in, like just naturally, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I'll look at statues.
Would you like to look at some statues? Would Ophelia like to look at statues? You notice that these are Azrael's people, but you also see Diablos' people as well,
Yeah.
which is there.
It's Azrael and Diablos' people.
Thank you for telling me, because I did not look.
I know.
It's basically like the big gods, like almost people, so angels and demons almost.
How long do we have to the?
And it's not like closing, but it's like naturally like coming in as you
Oh.
walk, so it's not like that's gonna close in on you. But it seems to,
Narrowing
yeah, it's just
hallway.
narrowing. Which
Did they look scared?
you can't really tell by Azrael's people's expressions because they have no face, but and you can't really tell by Diablos' minions either. All you know is that they either look like they're trying to escape, they died, they're suffering, they're fighting each other. You don't know. It's just it's a mess.
Well, nothing we can do about that. Onward.
Anything else you'd like to do there, or just keep going forward?
Keep going forward, I guess.
Would you like to do anything to the statues, or would you like to keep going forward as well?
Would we break Diablos' statues?
You could. Would you like to touch them?
Sure.
Would you like to touch Diablos' minions? Right? You're gonna hit it, touch it.
Throw.
You both rolled.
Wait.
No, you're good. You can do whatever you want,
No,
man.
go for it.
Use the sling to throw a rock at it.
You throw a rock and you notice that one of Diablos' minions fall and they're hollow inside.
Oh,
Yes.
That's interesting.
It falls apart very easily.
I didn't know anything.
Anyway, everyone make a perception check. Yeah, it's on the big list, so you'll see it. Yeah.
17.
17.
14.
17.
17. You notice nothing. It's just really, really quiet in the area.
Haley, every time I see your character's name, I always think Martian.
Martian.
Don't.
Anyway, you enter through the light, and you notice that, again, you see the same scenario with a bunch of Azraels and Diablos' minions lining the walls, except they're clear in day. And you see ahead a pedestal with a strange artifact sitting on top of it, along with two statues next to it.
I think that's the artifact.
Yeah, it's the
I'll
order.
take a wild guess. Well, I guess we have to go grab it, so go ahead, Seven.
What?
Go grab it.
No, we all go together. I'm not dealing with this. I'm scared of everything.
The rest of us
I'm
will die
scared.
alone.
Lit.
Why don't you just check for traps or something before throwing me in the fray?
Fly.
I don't know what can be out there. You know, I'm.
You saw a weapon at Diablos.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean whatever he's here is gonna probably kill me.
I'll perceive things.
You can perceive things.
15
I
for
did.
traps.
15, you notice no traps. Just the two statues that are looming almost like kind of like they're facing back. Their back is towards the artifact. And they're in a fighting stance, it seems, but not towards each other.
Here. Oh, Arcana.
What if there's a bigger bad than Diablos?
14.
14 Arcana.
That's what they're fighting.
You notice a faint magical aura around here, but you can't discern it.
I don't think it's coming from the artifact.
No, it just seems to be like a surrounding energy, like how Arcana exists in a world. It's just so that's what you get.
It's no better evil.
Did you find
Nothing wrong.
traps?
No.
Okay, let's go grab it.
Maybe just be aware of the statues, though.
Keep my eye on the left one.
The left one.
And what is that? They're Diablos and
It looks like a statue of Az. They're like 20-foot tall statues of Azrael's minion that seems to be fighting something, and Diablos' minion fighting something as well, but they're not
are
fighting
they
each other.
facing towards us?
No, it's like the artifact's right here, and they're facing like this way.
Outwards.
Yeah, outwards. They seem to be fighting something.
Okay, they're definitely going to stop fighting us, I'll be real. Like, that's not a doubt. So, we need to have an escape plan.
Is there, does
That's
it look
the
like
old-
there's any ways out other than the front door?
As the old...
Hey,
Wait, what is
are we gonna
athletics
get
times
killed
it?
in here?
How fast you run, or like how fast you're gonna jump over. And he's like, all you hear is like, well, portal,
I can't hear you.
portal, open.
Okay, I think that means the portal's open.
What does that mean?
The portal to leap is open, so we have to haul ass back.
Oh. So grab and run, basically?
Yeah.
You have spit sleight of hand, right?
No.
Sleight of hand's like stealing stings.
I
I
keep on
got
forgetting
high
you're not a
dex.
rogue anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, high
no.
dex.
I got a high.
He's got
dex.
+2 in sleight of hand.
I have +1.
You want to try sleight of hand?
Half +0.
I'll try.
Yeah, you want to try sleight of hand? This is what the artifact looks like, by the way. I'm gonna send it to the Discord chat. 11.
11.
You've got like Indiana Jonesing it, and you're like reaching out to grab it, and you take it, but notice that nothing happens at all.
So I just-
Yeah, you just kind of hold it in your hand. The statues do not move.
Okay, cool. No.
What does the artifact look like now that he has it? Like,
I sent it to the
Oh, you did,
Discord.
you did,
Yeah,
Does it look like anything
Oh,
I
what?
really have?
you're not sure.
I'm sure.
Keep my
Nope.
hand away from this now.
Is it like a staff?
No, it's kind of like a small like little thing,
Or like a torch size?
like kind of like a torch size. Like yeah, torch
Is
size.
it kind of like a telescope?
You try to look through it like a telescope. It doesn't.
I'm not putting my face up to those mounds.
Is it?
Maybe we should get out
Does
of here
it
first
blink?
and then look at it.
No, it's just a carved artifact.
Make sure it doesn't stab you.
Do you want to hold on to it? You hold stuff.
Oh, you're good.
Who holds it?
You hold the artifact.
Does it feel evil?
I don't know. Check.
I'll do detect good and evil. I do it.
No evil, no good.
It's just neutral.
Okay, well, back we go.
Yep.
Anyway.
Walk out.
Anyway, I actually send you what the statues look like
Oh,
as you're going
The
by.
robot wants to kill us.
Now make perception checks.
Bruh.
You said make a perception check.
Yeah, make perception checks.
Why does she look
Everybody.
like that? Why does she look like that?
I don't know. Why is there an issue?
Oh,
Oh, that's
23.
ignore the performance.
Yeah, 23.
So that's not it.
Yeah, performance. You're acting out in the caves.
21.
Something's here, but it ain't the statues.
something's here, but it ain't the statue.
Bro,
All of you know this.
I'm scared.
Hmm
I'm not scared. I
Can I
look
put
up.
Skelly on my back and run?
I mean, you can if you would like.
Y'all get out.
Does Seven have Expedition Retreat, or was that Theo?
That's Theo. Theo has it.
Well, Theo? Expedition Retreat.
I don't know if I can cast it on all of you.
Well, you take the artifact and Expedition Retreat.
I just leave?
Get the fuck out with the artifact. It's probably gonna chase you for it.
Okay.
You get the fuck out.
Alright. Yeah, you won't be able to cast it on everybody. He doesn't have spell slots for it. He casts it and he grabs the artifact from you and he runs down the hall like sonic speed. And y'all are just kind of standing there.
No, we're not standing.
I'll
We're
take
running.
some.
You're running. You all need to make dex saves.
Oh my god.
We're just standing there, bro.
That was so funny.
Nat 20 and 28.
At 20, 20.
Oh,
Oh, 18. So the other one that gets left behind is Zod as you
Don't forget to add the 3.
as you run into something invisible, almost, and you slam into it. Like full force slam into it. Make a con save, or no, make a strength save
oh.
to see
Big one, little one.
a little one, and that's to see if you fall over or not.
18.
18. No, you don't fall over,
Okay.
but you stumble a bit, and you notice that you hear the fucking slamming of Zod into something.
Fucking Goliath hitting
Yeah,
something
like
big.
boom. But it seems to be bigger than you.
Oh my god. Can I try to climb over it?
Would you like to?
Yes.
Make a dex save. Would you like to do anything as you hear boom? And,
Probably turn around and see what's going on.
Oh, what is athletics? Wait, can I use that in this
you can. Yeah, you can use athletics.
I don't know if that's gonna help with.
But you're also going to have to make a...
I got 26.
Okay, we're going to make a dex save for me
Dex, okay.
as well. So you are able to... You just see him... You look behind, you see something...
Okay, cool.
You see
15.
Zod climbing something invisible, right? And you're like, what
What's
the
it? Okay,
fuck?
but I have to know how it looks when he's climbing this because I need to see what shape it carves out as he climbs it.
Almost like I don't know. It's like this shape.
Can I get a moment to do something?
Yeah.
I want to shoot it with Selene's bow.
And
But actually, first I'm gonna curse my bow.
okay, I'm gonna go with Zod right
Yeah,
now. Just so.
I'll write down.
So you feel something try to swat at you, but you barely miss it, and now you're kind of on the other side of whatever you just ran into. And you see some of the statues start to fall apart as it scrapes by the walls.
Just run to catch up with you?
They're kind of running, but kind of not right now because they just saw you slam into somebody, so they're kind of like, what?
Okay, I need to keep running.
Keep running. All right.
Can she, while they're running though,
Mhm.
curse her weapon,
Yeah.
Selene's bow?
Yeah.
Not gonna use it yet, but she wants to do the blood purge on it.
You all need to make dex saves again if you're gonna continue to run.
19.
18.
18.
10.
10. You slam into the same thing he does, and you need to make an instant dex save again.
Oh my god.
Can I do something?
Yeah, he's gonna still make his dex save.
I wanna. You got
20.
20?
Okay, something seems to slam down in front of you, and you're able to narrowly miss it in the narrow ravine.
Shit.
Can I shoot it with bow?
Yes.
Where it landed, where he dodged. I want to shoot that spot.
Roll to hit. As well, something happened. So you slam into the wall, but the light from the bow seems to reveal a creature only momentarily.
Oh, it's
You
still
want
dark,
it?
right?
You did not hit it. You can remember Saloon Bow you can roll up to 3 times for a hit if you read its description.
So I can shoot again?
Read its description! Read, Mary! God, I write these
Oh, let's
descriptions
try
for you.
Turkey?
Narrowly almost hits it, but you see its face for a split second. And again, it misses, but again, you see more of it. It seems to be some kind of tentacle monster with what you can gather.
It's a double monster.
Oh my god.
You're on the other side.
Good.
Objectives just like Zada's
Do a
tearing.
perception check for its size.
You can try. You can try, but I tell you that probably won't do anything compared to Arcana.
Oh, nice. Alright.
Ooh, wait, hold on.
She's got something crazy.
Where are we now?
You're kind of halfway through the ravine.
Well, let's keep running.
Terran's stuck.
Oh, why did you
Oh,
stop?
I'm stuck?
He slammed into the creature that's in front of him, and now he's separated from y'all.
No, really?
You can't see him like you can.
Climb over
Should I
it.
throw the javelin to like distract it?
I
Maybe.
cast Branding Smite, which will deal some radiant damage, but it will also force the creature to become invincible.
Does it? You have to roll to hit for that?
It's a spell, so I don't think so.
You might have to make a save.
Yeah. Do I have to make any saves or anything?
No.
Just that doesn't add on to your weapon or not?
No, it's just. No, I just do it.
You just do it. Oh, okay. If it's
What
like
is
what,
it?
it's one of her.
Branding Smite.
Might be one of her features.
It's a bonus action. The range area is self. Components is verbal and.
You have to hit the teacher with a weapon. You have to hit it with a weapon attack.
Yeah, for branding smite.
I
Which
guess
why
I'll do it
it's
with
like.
Alexander's sword.
Just to roll to hit.
I guess so.
You can't see it, so you're gonna have to roll to hit.
So it'll be a regular damage plus 2d6 radiant.
Yeah, and it will show itself because there's no saves.
Hey.
You can roll twice because you got 2 actions.
Oh my god.
You can take as your actions that you have.
25.
Okay, I can hit it. And then it shows up. It's really, really big. I sent a picture to the chat.
You want me to roll damage for it?
You can.
Why does it fucking look like that?
It's a monster.
Ugly.
So now can I check too? Well, I guess I'll use it.
It showed itself, so now you can see it. So you can probably hit it better.
So 11 psychic damage and 14 radiant damage.
It's pretty big. It's pretty big. Anyway, it's pretty big and it takes up most.
Wait, 28 radiant damage because I do double radiant damage as a weapon.
Nice.
It's not trying to get the artifact.
It doesn't seem so. I mean, it's attacking y'all. Theo's gone. He's
Oh,
like,
good.
Theo's gone.
I don't want to fucking change shit with that. Inside it?
Yeah, go ahead. What you were checking for though?
It's good or evil.
Evil.
18.
Yeah, evil. I saw it. Evil. Just evil. There's no other.
Does he speak English?
You've never seen this creature. You have to make an animal handling check.
Do you talk?
It goes.
What ugly ass creature.
No, words.
Hang on.
Like I
I
speak
gotta,
common.
I gotta find my favorite thing. Yeah, it's good.
You're evil, are you looking for Diablos?
I love these fucking sounds from the craftsmiths of Subnautica.
Oh my god, yeah.
They just go like that. I can't find it. Where?
Ooh.
You know they made those sounds inspired by Geiger meters.
That's what it sounds like, by the way.
So you can't understand.
Blink your eyes twice for if you work for Diablos.
I'm gonna make a deck save for one of its tentacles. That includes you.
I missed it.
Make a deck save.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you dodged one of his tentacles.
I'll take that as a yes.
oh, got it.
Oh, you get slammed into the wall by one of the tentacles, and you're gonna take some damage. I hope
15, by the way.
you're not getting attacked. It turned its head around.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
you're-
so then 15.
Yeah, you're gonna take just a simple damage, nothing crazy.
taking a moment to leave and escape.
You take 12 damage.
Oh.
I want to summon my wings.
You summon your wings.
Help. I fly away.
You fly away.
Try to at least.
Try to, you're gonna make a dex save. There's a lot of dex saves. You're gonna try to get past this monstrosity.
18.
18. That's pretty good. Yeah, you get past the tentacles.
Good.
It flails its tentacles around, and the ravine is. A lot of rocks are falling everywhere.
We're running.
You're running. Makes more dex saves. One more. Actually, also make a athletics check to see how fast you're running. So both.
Thank you for
Yeah.
the-
11 for Dex.
Mhm.
28 for athletics.
I got a nat 1 for athletics, so but I got a 22 on the deck save.
You're slow as shit, but you pass it. Let's see. Yeah, you're fucking running, man. You are like the track star right
Pop
here.
back up.
You are literally like, you are ahead of everybody right now. You are, you are going.
First mission, get the fuck out of Dodge. I'm going!
I'm going.
I got a 14 on dex save and I got a 9 on athletics.
On athletics. So you're trying to run, but you both fail the dex save on the running, so you're gonna get slammed to the wall.
Right.
And that means your progress is halted, but you notice that the monster kind of slams you in the wall and goes past you and starts going after those two still.
Yeah.
So you take...
Do you think this has something to do with your watch?
Oh, yeah. Can I hold the watch up or see what it does?
You hold the... Take 7 damage. You hold the watch up and you notice at the end of the tunnel it starts to change to a different color.
Huh.
But not like the... Again, you're going to put back where you came from.
It's like a portal or something.
You don't know. The light seems to change color as you hold up the watch. Behind the monster, which is clear.
Let's go back!
Taryn is the one that's back, by the way, so
Go
y'all...
back, Terry, go back!
Can I throw Terran the watch?
Yes, you can. You have to make a strength check to see if
Oh
you
my
can get it.
That's the big one. Right?
Yeah, the big one.
He sees him winding up the throw and he's like,
Oh.
No, that makes it.
12?
Yeah, it makes it. 12 just makes it. It's a 10 difficulty test. You were able, he was able to throw the watch over the monster and you got it! Woo!
Run!
go! I'm flying, bitch. I'm like,
You're going back, and you're two running the other direction, like back there, or you're trying to get past the beast.
Can we distract it so it doesn't get her?
Yes, you can distract the beast if you'd like. I mean, it's kind of already has its attention on you too,
Oh.
so.
Did its attention stray when the watch was thrown?
Didn't seem so.
So it's just stupid, okay. So it's just stupid, okay. Well, I guess we'll just keep running that direction. You go, Taryn, you got this!
he's like,
Track
I
star.
run this way, you run that way!
CSU football games should be like
Oh
this.
my gosh. We need them on the team.
We need that. We need Zots on the team. Anyway, you're gonna make it back. You two are gonna have to make one last deck save, not a athletics deck save. You are still way ahead of Ophelia.
Oh god.
I should have given you guys Severus's crystal.
It's fine.
Yeah, you have it. So you're able to make it through the portal. Yeah, this tentacle kind of goes like onto you. So you see, like, because the ravine gets big, so obviously the monster's not as big anymore. And so you see, as you're running past, like running behind, you see a single like arm slam onto Zod as you're on top of it.
It ignores me or ignores.
Yeah, because you were able to dodge the incoming attack that was going to sweep you against the wall, but one just comes landing straight on top of Zod. You take 8 damage.
Can I try saloon go again?
Yes, you can. You can see it, so you're going to have a higher chance of hitting.
14?
Yes, that hits. Remember, you can roll like 2 other times, too.
No, I only want to hit one. 11 damage. But,
Yes, tell me the
because
cost.
it was cursed, Here we go. It's my moment. My moment. I gotta find it.
He's got two. Communal school.
Sneaking with his car. Never mind.
I will say it.
Sneaking with his car.
Two heads. They really meant it when they said give head.
Don't talk to me on my child ever again. It's both him.
It's both.
Oh, what is it?
She's trying to find the curse. Blood hunters get curses. So they have curses on people. I put a spell on you.
Ooh, blood curse of binding. As a bonus action, you attempt to bind a large or smaller creature that you see within 30 feet of you. It must make a strength saving throw of a DC of 15, or the cursed creature's speed is reduced to 0, and it cannot take reactions until the end of your next turn.
And it's if it has blood, right? Oh, it has blood. Just not normal blood, but it's still blood.
So it has blood.
Yeah. It's like some like weird clear substance. But it works. It fails its save. It's binded. That
It
means
So it can't move.
it can't move at all. You're kind of stuck under the arm though, because now it can't move.
Oh, God.
So he's just stuck under the.
So strength your way out.
You
Like,
can.
on its own.
Strength check.
Then that won't chase us.
It won't. It's just frozen in place. A 6.
Six.
You're just kind of like,
Can I pull him out? Try and help him out?
yeah. Roll another strength check this time.
Wait,
Yeah, because she's helping you now.
you hate me.
It's okay. You're good. You're out. You're free. You're free. You come out of like the gooey. It was kind of wet, and gooey, and
Yeah, I
nasty.
just realized we don't have the ult to actually leave, and we don't know where we're going, so we're probably gonna have to get back to Terran. So let's run around this monster and go back that
You
way.
can't run around the monster because it's a big enough ravine. Anyway, as y'all are running, we're gonna go to Terran now. Terran, you come back out into the clearing, right? And you notice the watch ticks very like fast.
The clearing?
Yeah, like where the pedestal was and everything.
Oh.
Like in everything in the two statues. And you notice that both statues are glowing. It seems they seem to have cracks and they're glowing slightly. Kind of hold it up to either one, and one glows brighter than the other each time you like feel it, like face it towards them. So
I'll probably go up to freaking Azrael's one instead of Diablos' one.
what do you want to do? Like you're just gonna hold it up to them?
I guess so. Walk closer and see what happens.
It glows brighter, and you're gonna need to make another deck save. For me. No, like the stone seems to break around the statue.
I feel like that's a bad thing now.
You're just gonna get whacked. 17. As you free Azrael's minion, she sweeps what seems like she was in an action of sweeping like her javelin, and she sweeps it where you are at, and you're able to dodge in just a split a split second. You're able to dodge the javelin,
Yeah.
and she starts to look around and says, and she looks behind her and she's like, "Where's the artifact?"
Wait,
I don't have it.
Oh, you have it, yeah.
Do
how
I?
about
Yeah,
they
you're
took
the-
it and left?
Oh, Theo, I forgot. And he's like, "You must have taken it. Where is it?"
My friend has it.
Friend?
My friend.
And where are they?
Gone.
And you see,
Why? What's wrong?
she's like, and she like looks behind her and like looks at you and it's like, "What do you intend to do? What has happened?" Wait, hang on. I gotta fucking pull up the fucking episodes chart. Hang on.
Azrael is uncaged.
Why is Vaz run stone? What have you done to our people? Like she doesn't know. As she points the javelin like, right at you.
Oh,
Listen.
Listen.
Diablos is back. Azrael's back. We need this for the big creature that's a continent, but we have to seal it away or something?
What do you mean? They've always been back.
Who?
Azrael and Diablos.
Okay, but they were taken away, but now they're back. She's gonna destroy shit.
They've always been back.
She's like pointing like the things that you both come in and you notice that Azrael's thing is like holding this giant javelin towards
I
her.
didn't do shit! I freed her ass and she's gonna kill me!
He freed you and you're trying to kill him!
And she's like,
She's asking about the artifact that Theo
Oh,
with.
Theo has it.
She doesn't know who Theo is, dummy!
I'm
You
new
can
to
come
all
meet him.
this.
you're just
Or
like,
better yet, how about you go kill that thing?
Here, let Sabras talk to
kill
you.
what thing?
That tentacle monster.
She can't see it, but you're like way gone.
Oh, it'll be coming in a minute.
Let Sabras talk to you. He has the crystal. He'll go
Who's
first.
Severus?
The
God.
god of divinity?
God of divinity?
There are a lot of gods. I
How
feel
old
like
are you?
God of divinity.
I feel like you were trapped in stone for quite a while.
What's the last thing you remember?
We were, me and Vazra, she like points to the statue of Diablos, were fighting because we were ordered to protect the artifact. And she like looks around and is like, but it seems that I guess we failed?
I mean, we still have the artifact, so I mean, we can give it back, I guess, but I don't really feel comfortable leaving it with Diablos' person.
Why not?
Diablos is trying
Diablos
to
is evil.
destroy the world. Is it? Timeline?
Timelines?
World. Let's just say world right now.
You can go talk to Azrael.
She's like,
Would you like to call it that?
she kind of looks back at Diablos Vazra, which is Diablos' minion, and is like, I guess I will need to.
Were all the statues out there hollow, or were those people too when you were fighting?
They were, I guess, were our people.
You killed someone.
Oh!
It's Diablo's person. It's fun.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I mean,
You notice that the watch is like not moving at all now.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Your watch brought her back. Here you go. Go give it to him.
Do you know what the watch is?
I think it's an artifact.
Where'd you
Seems.
get an artifact from?
We already knew it was an artifact. That's not news.
We didn't know.
You don't know
what it
who
was
gave
from.
it
We didn't
to
know
you.
it was Diablos.
is the other one, the one you were fighting, is she bad?
I wasn't
We thought
fighting
it was
her. She was
Little
helping me.
clock thing that has fire
So
in
if
it.
we
We thought it was
bring
from the
her-
second timeline.
Who told us that? Sabras?
What, someone? I remember Jack was saying it. They thought it was from the second timeline.
Well, they're dummies. You should just come with us.
Yes.
Hold on. If we bring back the other one who was helping her protect the artifact,
Well,
do you
they
think
were
that would
fighting.
backfire?
I wasn't fighting.
No, they were working together to defend the
Vazra
artifact.
was helping me to defend the artifact.
Do you want to bring your friend too?
Is she evil?
Evil. What?
Is she gonna kill us?
She wouldn't.
Mortal.
If Diablos flipped, would she flip with Diablos?
What are mortals? What?
Okay. If Azrael and Diablos were against each other, would she still follow Diablos?
I don't know what Azrael's like is now, so I'm sure that she probably wouldn't follow Diablos if she doesn't know what she's like now either. I don't know what Azrael's like, nor Diablos is like. Apparently, Diablos wants to destroy the world. Azrael
Would
something.
she want to destroy the world with Diablos? Is my question.
I don't know. Not
Okay,
all
then
of
I can't
I think
bring
we
her.
should play it safe and just destroy it.
I,
Or just leave it.
I think we'll just leave that, and then maybe if Azrael agrees, we'll free her later.
Well, she wouldn't destroy the world. Why would she?
You know, I'm sure people said that about Diablos, but here we are. You never know. Some people are just born like that.
We'll let you come with us and you can see what all that's going on.
Come with.
Yeah, you put the watch back.
Come with.
She comes
Oh
with.
yeah, there's a tentacle monster.
It's still it stands still.
I mean, it's frozen, but you stab it just for safekeeping.
Okay.
You seem strong.
She is 20 foot tall, so
You
Yeah.
seem strong.
the image I say in the
That's
chat
scary.
is
If he
of
was
her, but
putting
not the
her
demon
javelin
one,
in
but
her-
the.
Holy.
It's like,
Yeah, no, the size of you just pokes you in the
Yeah, imagine it was like to your throat, so your head would have been gone.
pretty much.
Your whole body would have been gone, bro. When you put woman with a javelin.
Are Are you a god?
What a question!
That's a very big question. I don't know what you mean by gods now. I was a god of divination and fate, which I didn't know existed, so not sure what
What
to
gods
say.
do you know?
Hey, you're
Azrael and Diablos.
Oh, you're really old.
She old.
You're super old.
You've
You
got a
don't
lot
even
to
know
catch up
about
on.
that and all of the other big boy dogs.
There's people bigger than Diablos and Azrael?
No.
Not
Obviously,
possibly.
no one's bigger than them, but then, who knows?
She's like,
Yeah.
well, I guess I will follow you out then.
Okay, you lead the way.
Lead the way.
Yeah, if you gotta kill tentacle monster when it ultimately starts moving and right when we go by it.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
She's 20 feet.
Yeah, she kind of sees it. And, like, she scoffs at it and stabs it, and it disintegrates into, like, nothing.
We have done that this whole time.
We never attacked it. Oh no.
You
shot
you,
with
you
the
did
bow.
attack it, you did attack it, and it hurt it, but whatever she did, fucking disintegrated it.
Do you know what that was?
Some aberration, I guess. Maybe it was the one that attacked everyone here.
Is it like dust? Is it?
I'm not sure.
Oh. Okay. Onward.
We go back with Severus.
You go back successfully, and Savras is standing, and he's like, "What the fuck?" No, it's-
And then you see her come out.
yeah, and he's like, "Did Azrael's minions help you or something
No.
that I didn't know about?"
She's older than all of us. She only remembers
She's older
two
than
gods.
you.
She remembers two gods. Azrael and Diablos.
Whoa.
There's also Diablos' minion in there, but we didn't bring that one back because we weren't sure about
Well,
that.
besides all that, where's the artifact? Oh wait, yeah, Theo's like he just comes out of the portal and he's like, so I didn't have the orb. I didn't know where I was going. So I just kind of sat in the sea. Then I saw y'all open the portal like a mile away, and I just ran over here.
Well, that's good. We're here now. We brought a friend.
It was pretty good because I almost got killed 5 times. It was pretty.
This is
invigorating.
not Diablos. This is Azrael's minion.
Y'all got
Not
help.
minion. Probably has a name. What's your name?
Right. My name is Oriza.
Ariza. This is Azrael's Ariza.
Theo's like, nice to meet you, and she's like, I guess it's nice to meet you as well.
This is Severus.
She only knows that there are two gods, Azrael and Diablos.
And like you see, like kind of her stick out her hand to Savas, and he's like, so they shake hands, and Savas is like, this is kind of crazy. He looks at the artifact and he's like,
Oh, that's the artifact.
I know, I'm holding it to my hands.
No, the lady,
Ariza,
she
we're
was
telling
looking
her.
for it.
It's safe.
Oh, and Oriza's like, well, I guess I could teach you how to use it, but
What does it do?
it's supposed to be sort of a, I guess, channeler of magic. So what it does is it absorbs its surroundings, kind of manipulates it into time and space, and shoots it out, and whatever you are wishing for usually comes true within reason.
So it's like a wishing well, but actually works.
Yes. Though it mostly is used to reinforce
Chains?
Yes, chains can work weapons, shields, armor. It's mostly used for smithing.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's helpful.
Can't grant every wish, but it's usually used to make things
Well,
stronger.
reinforce the chains.
Is it a one and done?
No, it can be used multiple times, but it probably will eventually wear out, considering that magic here is very weird.
Well, very weird.
Taryn wants to show her the map of the world. He's like, okay, you see this big hunting that looks like a creature?
She's
kinda?
kind of like looking at it like,
This is what the world looks like now. This creature is like alive and chained, and we have to reinforce
But
the
also a
chains.
continent.
Or Diablos can make it kill everyone.
Including you. And Azrael.
she's like, this is a lot.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
This is very much a lot. I think I'm going to take my leave right now.
No. You
I
have to show us how to use it.
It's very simple to use.
No.
You just press the button.
Do it on my sword.
Do it on my side.
You can just press the button and it works.
Okay, here's God person. You press the button and it'll work.
Constaber's like, you need to help bring it towards the chains.
Where the trains?
Scattered throughout the continent.
Mark it on the map.
Tell me we have to go around the whole continent looking for trains.
Yes, you do.
Don't you live here?
I only live on.
Don't you live here?
I only live on Citus.
Aren't you a god?
Why don't you tell
X-
us to each spot?
X marks the spot.
X marks the spot. He's like,
What about that monk that came with us?
that monk, he's just chilling.
Does he know the chains? They're monks.
He does know where the chains are. They can mark it on your maps for you. So there's
the whole continent. I mean, we're going to be doing this forever.
there's only 4 chains.
Only 4 trains around the whole continent.
It's so easy to travel to there.
So easy to travel to there. What? You're going to teleport
If you know
us?
what you're looking for, yeah, they might be chains, but are they like big, huge, massive chains? Are they buried? Are they in the sky?
They're in different dimensions, holding it down. That leads to the underground.
It's just like the
And there's
orb.
ways to enter through them. And I can mark it on your map, but you stop pointing at your map.
Look it.
He will. He marks on your map. There's one in Invicta. There's one in Marseilles. There's one in Citus. There's one in Olive.
Why not teleport us to each location right now? We press the button. Bada bing, bada
Because the
bing.
carrion is around each location.
Fuck the carrion.
I can't reach past
I'll
them.
absorb them. It's the thing.
You can't absorb carrion people.
I'll act like the leader.
We'll bring Arisa with us. She can just.
She can just.
Arise is just like, I think I need to find out what's going on
Yeah, go talk
first.
to Azriel.
Yeah, just go talk to your freaking demon friend.
You should come back
Who's been
though.
also freaking stoned for
Give
millions of
me
years.
your phone number.
What the heck? What the heck is a phone number?
Give me your time.
I don't have a time stone number. What are you talking about?
If I pray to you, will you listen?
I don't know if that would work or not. That doesn't work that way. You don't hear anything.
Did you hear anything?
No.
Pray to me and we'll see if that works.
I'll just come visit y'all if
How do you know what we are?
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
She'll just know.
Maybe she has scrying.
Do you know our names? No, you don't. You can't even ask Azriel where we are.
I mean, you seem to have figured everything out, so I'll go figure everything out on my own terms.
I don't like her. I
We
think
just met this thing.
I
Can we
think
go?
we should go back and revive the other Diablos.
No, you want to crazy ass?
Maybe that one will help us.
Yeah, that's. Since when has a Diablos person ever helped us?
But they seem not to remember anything. We'll save Diablos asked us to free her and kill us.
I'm gonna throw you in the water.
I don't know.
No.
Can we go for a swim?
Yeah, you can go for a swim.
I can fill her episode.
Go to beach episode.
I guess let's go. How long is it going to take to go to each side of this continent?
I mean, you have already a teleportation to Olive,
Okay.
and you have a teleportation to here. Not to Marseilles or Invicta, though. But you can usually travel from there from Thorin.
What about Invicta?
Invicta?
No.
They're both about the same distance away from each other. They're
Haven't we already been to places in Invicta though?
You have not. You have not been to Marseilles or Invicta.
Wow.
I don't preferably want to go to Olive first, but I suppose we should probably go there first.
Well, I mean, it's blown up.
Here you go. Fucking
Yeah, but you know, my parents are like cockroaches.
Cockroaches!
They survive even the worst thing.
Well, do you want to
I don't
do? I don't know.
I know.
Let's go to Olive first, then we'll see if they're alive. If they are, I'll kill them myself, I guess. I mean, or I could call Kira. That'd be hilarious.
Have her blow up the nation again.
Yeah, just wipe the rest of it out. Oh yeah, he's from Olive.
Other people live there too.
I forget sometimes.
Feels like you're being very rude to Zod.
Sorry, Zod.
Not everyone has blown up
Nefarious
homes
intentions. Yeah.
or that.
I like how we've in the first bunch of blown up homes.
Here we go. Teleport back.
You teleport.
Not everyone's an orphan.
Since you don't like.
I think this is a time where the O in Zots leaves. It's Zits now.
Zips.
Zits.
Fuck you.
Anyway, you can't teleport to Olive, but you teleport in front of the giant crater that was created on the other side because y'all were teleported again. You were there.
That's great. That is
There you go.
beautiful. What an art piece.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Y'all see R just standing on the other side of the
Why?
He's like, you can't hear y'all. He's like looking around.
I throw a stick at him.
He's like.
Yeah, that's a good point. No.
He's all, you didn't even call him every hour, so you didn't get. Anyway, you see him like standing there with somebody else too, and he's talking to them. And you see him like he's really far away. It's like kind of like a little blob, but kind of not. And he picks up the phone, and he's like,
Why are you in Olive?
"What do you mean?
Why are you in Olive?
I was sent here to
Why are
investigate."
you
He like turns around and he's like, "Oh, 'cause you're right there." Well, I tried to call you, but I couldn't reach you.
Well, sorry, you were getting chased by a tentacle monster in some other realm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, how y'all doing?
Well, we almost died, and Azriel's minion is back, and the Diablos one that we could have brought back. Zod has a fucking time watch that revives people things.
Teach on my said hi.
Zod says hi.
Oh, how's he doing with the new group?
He almost died. But I mean, he lived, so I guess it's better than you.
I mean, hey, I'm in good health right now.
Right now.
Sit your ass
Who are you talking to?
Princess Diane.
Oh,
up.
we
We haven't
talked
seen
to
her in a
her.
while.
Yeah,
You talked to her.
she was looking at your parents and everything, and
Yeah.
she decided to contact me because she's gonna get a hold of you. So I came over here to talk to her because
People try to call us at the wrong time.
That's fair.
So we were just sitting here and we were talking about everything. Yeah.
We need an answering machine.
No, we do need an answering machine. Oh, what'd you say?
I mean, you can come over here if you want.
Okay. May run over.
You run over, and Princess Diane's basically a high elf, which is like an elven class, and she's like 6 foot tall, but she's like 120, which means she's a young adult in high elf age. She's 120, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's so good to see you again! Look at you, you have a new member. They're so adorable. Oh my God, look!" Oh, she's like, "It's so nice to see you again." Brings back good memories. Anyway,
We only met her one time
Yeah.
before this.
Oh, wait, I thought sounds like y'all like the bestest of
she's
friends.
like, everything with the bookcase burning down and destroying my family's home. It's perfect. Now I get to adventure for all my life. It's perfect. Everything I've ever wanted. So
God, he made your dreams come true.
it's pretty good. I mean, some things aren't going good in Mercedes and Invicta, but you know that can come another time. So
Good. Fortify some chains.
And, yeah. Anyway, my family.
your family,
Dead?
still trying to figure that out. I feel like I'm seeing some evidence that they may still be alive.
That's fucking great!
After all the people that, your parents were in contact with, you'd think they'd do nothing after your parents died, but it seems like someone's pulling the strings behind their work.
Family reunion.
We gotta call Kira back.
You're right.
Oh.
I ought to tell her.
I mean, it doesn't
She
help.
does have a dad.
Doesn't help that the other half of Olive is starving now, but.
It's called farm.
Well, the farmland was all the other side, this side.
Yeah, but there were also evil people on the other side.
Yeah.
So I guess pick your poison.
Yeah, I mean, poor Zod here. I know you were living with them. Kind of sucks.
I mean, like, think of it this way: capitalism and monopolies. But imagine capitalism and monopolies as serial killers, okay? And you're being fed by serial killers. Do you want to be fed by
Mafias.
serial killers?
Mafias.
I kind of
Mafias. I would prefer not to. I mean, it's like cannibalism. Like they're feeding you dead bodies, essentially.
I mean, we would get them some food, but the problem is Mercies and Invicta are at each other's throats.
Well, we're not here to
They
figure
don't
that out.
get to do that. Not when freaking Diablos is trying to kill the world and then they're living on a giant creature.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, we're here to reinforce chain.
Oh, that old myth?
With this.
It's not a myth.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, except for one of the gods realized that there's a possibility Diablos can take that.
Severus? Did you ask him to tell your fortunes?
No.
We forgot.
We were a little busy with this. With
Well,
that.
That kind of sucks. He's really good at telling like people's fates and
That.
divinations and stuff.
With that.
The thingy.
What were you holding?
Artifact.
The artifact.
Back.
That's pretty sick too. I wish I found cool stuff like that when I was out on my adventure.
Why? I need you to update me better.
I was trying.
Well, you didn't try hard enough, clearly, because you didn't get in contact.
He's like,
Contact.
I don't have voicemails. I didn't see any.
you don't have the new iPhone, the iRock 2, so you don't get voicemails.
Fine. Well, we gotta find this chain, so I guess you're coming with us.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
It's nice to meet you.
Oh,
Miss Diane's like, it's nice to meet you too.
Dawn, you should give Art a rundown of your first mission with us. It was
I
eventful.
almost died like 3 times. I got smacked around. A tentacle landed on me. It was slimy.
I was like,
It's a tentacle monster.
Big and invisible until I hit it.
And
Yeah, I
eyes
climbed
up,
on it.
one hit it.
and you climbed on it.
And I ran and then
We're
knocked me down
climbing
again.
over it! It's crazy! None of the rest of us would have done that. We would have just probably died. Especially you, but you know.
Hey, I'm fine.
But no.
Shut up.
It's always.
That's not you. Don't worry. I'm just trying to ignore her because I'm talking to you right now.
Yes.
Because you're telling me about the mission, which I know is already chaotic because you are all covered in bruises and cuts. Have you even rested?
Isn't he rock?
What?
Wasn't he made of rock?
Goliath's? Yeah.
How is
What?
that cuts and bruises?
Oh, well, I guess you just got little cracks on you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think they are. If not, then I guess they're gonna bleed.
Does this blood stuff work on me?
I'm looking it up.
No, because you're made of rock.
Huh. Oh,
Yeah, she just looked them up. They're made of rock.
It says their bodies look as if they were carved from melted stone.
They're chiseled. they're chiseled.
I'll keep reading.
That's a great one.
I don't know if they're rock or not. I just perceived that they weren't rock, but they were like literally hard as stone. So they're hard, they have much more endurance compared to any other race.
No, I think they have regular skin, but
Aw.
it's as tough as stone.
Yeah, so it's harder. So you just probably have like paper cuts on you compared to everybody else. Everybody else is like pretty bruised and beat up. But you're just like, I got some paper cuts. I was like, have you even rested?
No, we have to use the chain.
Go to fuck to sleep.
We have
Foreheads.
to use the chain.
I'm gonna cast. Do you all want to rest? Doing
Yeah.
a long rest to heal yourselves up?
I think we should get some stuff.
Do you want a long rest?
I would prefer to get some stuff back from resting.
Well, it looks like you're outnumbered again. I'm gonna cast sleep on you again.
Again? You weren't there for the first time I was outnumbered.
I can shoot one rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Aha! And it went great.
I'm gonna cast sleep on you again. Well, then go rest up at least before you deal with the chains. Who knows what's over there?
Karen.
Yeah, and that means you need to rest up for it.
Yeah, that means I can get my healing back so I can kill you guys if you friggin' die or something.
Fine.
Yeah, he's the only healer in the
We
party.
sleep on the floor right there.
You just basically set up camp.
Great.
You set up camp. Congratulations, you set up camp. So for long rest, you just click the long rest button and then click confirm that you want a long rest, and everything will be healed up.
I don't feel comfortable sleeping at all.
Go to bed.
Here we are, yo.
No,
At least
we
you're,
end up getting kidnapped. At least we know my parents are alive.
ours just chilling near the cliff. He's just chilling.
Hey, maybe you can stay by 7.
Seven's like, I'm already right here.
Yeah, no. Maybe
Seven,
you
don't
can
sleep.
stay by 7.
Seven,
Yeah,
sleep.
7.
Yeah, 7 doesn't need to
7,
sleep.
don't sleep. Become a skull and stay under our cot.
Ours just chilling outside right now.
Well, go sit with him and make sure he doesn't get kidnapped.
Okay.
Make sure none of us get kidnapped, by the way. I don't like living in
Yeah,
this old
ours like, that's why I'm on watch right now.
Well, you need.
Go to sleep! 7 can walk!
I'm the one that has all my spell slots at full health.
Seven's dead.
Seven's like, we need 2 people. I don't know.
Okay. And Diana's here.
Diane actually said goodbye to go investigate more on your family.
I didn't even say bye.
Well, then she's gonna say goodbye now.
I thought she was tagging along for the change.
She's like, I'm gonna investigate more into your family.
Dang.
I also gotta investigate to my family too, so.
Yeah, I'm fun with that one.
Yeah, whole war and everything.
Family's complicated.
Oh, I know. They're gonna start a whole war. Anyway, bye! And you start her, she walks away.
I never had my armor on.
You still had hot armor class. Anyway, you sleep pretty good through the night. Let's roll a d20. Gotta roll it. What's wrong?
I know how it goes as a DM when the party goes to sleep somewhere obscure. They get fucking kidnapped or something bad happens.
You wake up, it's the next morning. Congratulations, you're in your tents.
What'd you roll?
8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who wants to wake up first? It is 5 a.m.
Feel it.
Feel you. You wake up
Because she
first.
doesn't sleep well at all.
You wake up first.
I wake up an hour after she does.
Okay. When would you like to wake up? Like when she wakes up or he wakes up later?
It was cold for like hours.
he is past the sleeping time. Anyway, what would you like to do since you wake up first?
Look for R.
Oh,
Is he dead?
no, he's like sitting on his stuff and he has a staff and he's like literally sleeping on it. He's asleep on it. He's like,
What did I say?
he's like, what? What? What?
I asked him to go to sleep, and he did.
What? I'm fine.
Sleeping on the sky. Whatever.
Yeah, Seven's like, haha. I told him he'd get sleepy and then he fell asleep.
See, Seven is smart, and he doesn't even have a brain.
And I was like, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, the bags in your eyes say otherwise.
Shut up. Anyway, next, you wake up next. It's perfectly fine. Where's Madra?
She's a squirrel.
She's a squirrel. So one of her arms is kind of like a stub because of her wings still being clipped.
Wait, huh?
So Madra is like a kotal, but she can shapeshift into other things. So she can shapeshift from a flying snake to a squirrel.
Okay.
And she got her wing clipped because Diablos fired a mega beam, and so she can't fly. And now some of her forms are like handicapped. They're handicapped.
Yeah. So we might not be able to fly anymore, but it's not like she can carry a Goliath anyway.
Damn.
Call
Yeah.
me fat.
We sleeping on
You're calling me fat?
well.
Dang, calling Goliath fat. That's pure muscle.
Stone muscle. This man's a stone out here.
What is that? The muscles that cut diamond? It just drops on there and shatters.
Oh god.
Anyway, you wake up next. Congratulations, you're awake.
Great.
And then
Anyway.
you wake up last, and it's like 8 a.m. before y'all wake up. So everyone else is just chilling near the fire. Oh, well, not really a fire, just chilling in a circle. And you're the last one to wake up. What would you like to do? You have no leads on where the chain could be right now, besides the X, which is what used to be, the X, which used to be the broken fucking, I don't know, olive destroyed.
Leads are.
Yeah.
Well, I saw some boats coming around here, not early, but like before y'all got here, like officially got here. carrion boats. And then they seem to have sunk into the ocean, so I'm not sure.
Might be something to do with the mer people.
Well, it's more like they did magic to go underwater.
Oh.
You wanna head
Onward.
there? Head to the beach.
Yeah, basically like it's a big like drop down into the water because it's like a crater almost. And he's like, "How do we get down there?
Are you trying to climb down?
You can't climb down. You would like to roll athletics to see if you climb down or acrobatics, either one." 17. You as everyone's just standing there, you just immediately start climbing down, and you're doing well. And you're down to the water. Can you swim?
Can I?
Do you want?
No, it's like rock.
You are kind of heavy. I mean, you have to roll. You have to roll a survival check to see if you can swim.
Everyone's weight shaming this man.
Survival check to see if you can swim.
Let's try it.
Yeah, it's nice.
23.
Okay, yeah, no, you swim. You're like they're like the Olympian swimmers, to be honest.
Swim down and look around for anything.
Yeah, you can swim around. So as you're like swimming forward, I guess you don't really know what direction you're kind of going. You're just kind of like swimming around.
Just down.
Every time you dip your head, you see the like destroyed plantation houses and drowned
I
crops.
probably should have warned him about the mer people.
Yeah.
Are they bad?
You see, there's no mer people around, actually.
Terrence probably just gonna fly down there anyway and go in
It's
the water.
they said that they were leaving.
Oh, that's good. He'll still go though.
You
You
fly.
wanna come too? Okay.
You could probably take off too.
Ours like I can fly on myself by myself.
Okay.
Can
Yeah.
I like investigate for boats area?
Yeah. Roll an investigation check to see where the boats are headed, or where the boats could have been headed.
I want 7 to stay with
Oh
our
God.
7 will be with R, and Theo will just fly on his own then.
buddy system.
Yep. What'd you get?
Oh, 10.
A 10? You can see where, you know, like how if boats travel there enough, like things will like kind of move out of the boat's path, even if it's like not on the surface, it's just kind of like the waves parting. You can kind of make out a path going further out into sea, but not that far. But you have to, it's a pretty hefty swim, though. Everyone else is flying except you. You're just kind of swimming. You don't have to make another roll for swimming, but you can keep going ahead. So you go forward and you notice like how it gets like deeper and deeper, and you notice where the giant crater is in the ground, and it's like at least 100 feet deep. So it's a 100-feet dive.
Think of the Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon is it's sunk underwater. What would you all like to do as Zod has this information?
Well, I imagine me and her will probably flutter close to the surface so he can like come up and talk to us if he needs to.
Yeah, so
Don't let me
they're
drown.
there for you, so you can
Alright,
talk to them about what you see.
I'll try to dive down to see what I can find.
Roll a con save to see how much air you're gonna have, basically.
Suddenly don't see him.
Hold. A 19? That's pretty good. So you get 30 feet down. You notice that there's sort of like, you know how like the lava vents are in the ocean? You see it coming from the center of the crater, but it's very, very faint.
Like bubbles. Just
Kind of. You can see like the red almost.
swim back up and let them know.
Yeah, you are just fine. You can tell them.
Oh, what do y'all think that is?
I don't know, but we can take Mantra and have Mantra swim down there and us just hold on to her so she can take us faster.
Probably.
She can.
Because in water we're weightless.
Yeah, I'll have her change into a water creature too.
7 can also kind of do the same thing because he's a skeleton, so he just kind of goes for it. Yeah, you all start to make a con save just to see if you're gonna run out of air. Yeah, you can go with them as they're going down there. Yeah, you don't have to roll. You don't have to roll a con save. I'm just gonna use your past one. Natural 20. That's
19.
19, pretty good. I forgot I got to roll for R and Theo.
Old man and susceptible to death.
Theo got a 10. R's just fine. R's just holding his breath. Theo's not. He's like, He's really holding on for his life, bro. But he'll make it though. He makes it. And well, actually, you get to the vent and you feel the heat start to rise. Like it starts to get hot. Not overly hot, but it's like, ew, this water's kind of warm.
Feels good.
Yeah, so you start to get closer to, I guess, the vent. And you notice it's more of like an opening and it's really hot around here.
Like, how hot?
Like, not boiling hot, but it's gonna get there. It's gonna get there. It's like 80 degrees Celsius, because 100 is boiling. 100 is boiling, yeah.
There's like a vent?
There's a giant vent almost that you can kind of go through. But you're not close enough to it yet, but you feel it's hot.
Is it like a great vent or is it like a ocean vent like spire thing?
It's not a spire, it's like almost like a hole got torn into the like surface. And the magma around it is like cooling but constantly going, kind of thing.
Let's get a little closer.
You get a little closer, it gets a little hotter, but you're still okay. 90 degrees Celsius right now. Get a little closer.
I don't know Celsius.
100 is boiling, basically. Like that's when the water boils. It's 100 Celsius. So you're about to get cooking, basically.
So, what's this do? Oh.
Yeah, you can't sneak underwater.
She her astrology power.
You don't have to roll for it because you're so close to everybody. Who are you gonna talk to though? Because you have to do one person. You have one person.
Here's R. Do you have a solution? And then you point.
And he's like, because you can see there's like a way, like a deeper way in, almost like something was carved in, like a tunnel, but it's really hot around it. So that's the issue. He's gonna be like, 1 sec. You hear him say 1 second. He's gonna check his spells. Let's look at hide and seek, because that's all I have. Dancing lights.
Can Expeditions Retreat be casted on something else?
Yes, it can be casted on anything.
I'm gonna see if there's something that Margaret can change into to help maybe dig.
Ophelia looks at you, Karen, and then looks at Theo and does this for Theo. And then points to Madra.
Feels like, yeah. He like nods his head. Actually, I'm gonna make him like a fucking con save just to see if he can understand that, because he's kind of running out of air. Oh, he's fine. No, he's able to understand. Yeah, he can cast Expeditious Retreat.
He's just gonna hold on to Madra's tight.
Okay, he can do that. Is there anything else? Anyone else have other ideas? Because right now I'm looking through this sheet. I don't see anything that could cool y'all
I
down.
mean, I think we'd still burn, but I feel like a lot less.
Yeah, if we go fast enough, it should be
Just like a small burn.
yeah, not awful.
Okay. Alright, we'll jog to touch stick now. Because you're going to make strength checks to hold on to Madra.
Yeah.
7 will turn into a skull and go in someone's bag. Just because he can't make the strength check. Goes in the bag. Make strength checks. Huh. Theo, fucking -1.
20.
19.
21.
Alright, so you 3. Hold on.
R failed.
No, Theo fails.
What do you get?
3. 3.
Oh, you're gonna get burned the fuck
It's a
up.
-1.
You're gonna get burned the fuck out.
R doesn't pass as well, sadly. He was almost there.
Everything boiled.
Yeah, you all hold on. And, you go through the tunnel. And it seems to be like, you go through you feel the scald. Like the scald of the vent. So you're gonna take a little damage, but it's not gonna be anything big because you fucking just got a little scalded.
It's like becoming a hot stove.
Yeah, it's like ass. Like you get the like marks of the burn, but it's not like 3rd degree or anything. So you just all take 7 damage as you go through. And you go through a really tunnel that it gets a lot cooler. And then you know how like those little submarines appear after going underwater and they appear back above a building? That's kind of what y'all do. You appear in what seems to be a little cove with a bunch of carrion boats around you. You do not see R and Theo.
Are we on like head down the water now?
Kind of, yeah. You're like just peeking out.
Our friends are missing! I don't think they made this one.
Call R on the phone.
I don't think he can answer on
If you talk loud enough, maybe tell him to go back or something.
You can. You have to roll Arcana though, because he's further away. They are missing. 16. Send a message.
Go back.
You hear like something.
Arm screaming bloody murder.
You sense a lot of pain on the other side, but then eventually you don't sense much pain anymore. You hear nothing at that point. And then,
Alfred might have died.
and then you see you hear someone go behind you. You see Theo like
I don't think it's that!
it's like R's like we weren't gonna make it if he went back. Oh, Theo wasn't gonna make it. You can tell R did get pretty scalded, and so did Theo, but they're pretty okay.
Do I need to heal them?
Let me actually long rest Theo for a second so I can actually get him back to normal HP.
They're like scalded head to toe.
No, it's more, you can't tell where the scalds are, but you can imagine they pretty are. There's nothing on their face, it seems.
He goes,
To who?
is it better?
To who?
On their shoulders.
And I was like, it's okay, a little scald ain't gonna do much.
That's the man who died on.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Well,
The boy who lived with like the boy who died.
I gotta do some math. By the way, 2. So, Theo's at 52 HP.
Oh, what's his overall?
His overall is, if I can get there, 104.
So
And
bloody.
Theo's at also, not Theo, R's also at 52. 104 max. Yeah, they're bloodied. They're at half health. Both of them.
He has one of those potions of greater healing.
He's like, R's like, you don't have to heal us, no. Roll those dice for the greater healing.
I mean, 44 plus 4.
Yeah. Who are you giving it to, though?
R.
Alright. This is what happens when you rush into places. 11. Alright. Are you gonna heal them, Haley?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
So if I lay on hands pool, if I gave Theo 20 points and my love lantern welder does double healing, will that be 40 points? Okay. How fucked up is he?
He's half health.
Will 40 points take him back to full?
No, but I get him back to 9. Well, I get him back to 92, which is close to his actual HP.
Okay, well we'll just do that.
Yeah, no, he's pretty good. They're both okay. They're both okay. Anyway, you appear upon a shipwreck. Oh, like not shipwreck, but there's a bunch of ships, and you're kind of like in a pool of,
A harbor.
yeah, a harbor.
Underwater harbor.
Basically, yeah. Skyrim harbor. Underground harbor.
Okay.
So should we sabotage them all but one so we can have an escape if something goes down?
Good idea.
That is a good idea. You want to burn down the boats? Because they are made of wood.
Maybe we should do it when we're leaving.
That's actually also a good idea. Because we have to do whatever we're doing to sleep first. And if you light them ablaze, then they're gonna know it.
I would clear the table for the map, but you know we're kind of full, so we're fine without the map though.
Don't worry about it.
So how would you like to do this? There are carry members everywhere, and you are just kind of chilling in like a dark spot of the harbor.
Let's see what they look like, right?
Yeah. Well, no, their faces are hooded, and you're too far.
But I know what an average Korean person looks like.
Yes.
Or the grunts.
Grunts. Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. Shape chips is what
Give
an
me some
average
Tic-Tacs. Give me some
Korean
Tic-Tacs.
person looks like.
To the average carry person, you have to transport to the average carry person.
He's gonna tell you that maybe you should go scout out where the chains are, then come back and tell us so we know where to go.
I guess goes up and crawls out the water.
You crawl up into a nearby deck. Except for you, everyone else has to make a stealth check.
Oh. I take my armor off before.
Where are you gonna put the armor right now? You're underwater.
Natural 20. Oh wait, I have disadvantage. Hold on.
A 10.
Does that still count in the water though? Okay. Well, never mind. I got a 7.
Well, as they're all chilling, you all take this one. You are going by, but you notice that they have like little lighthouses, kind of, and the light's starting to go towards your friend's position. Stop pouring like that.
Help! Waving at the light.
The light shines on you now as you're waving around. It's like it's about to touch y'all, and then it just goes whoop to Ophelia. Y'all,
Yay!
we gotta fix it. Hey,
We have a problem.
what is it?
There's a crack in the ship.
What shit?
This one, she points.
Send it up to the officer.
Okay. Thank you.
Maybe we should swim away from where we were.
Yeah. So where do y'all want to go? Do you want to go on the decks or do you want to stay in the water?
Would it be safe to hide like on the side of shit so we can like?
That's what I was gonna say. Hide by like behind a boat, away from where the spotlight is.
You can. You don't have to make a stealth check for that because it's more of a secluded area. So you both are out of the water and hiding behind one of the big ships on like one of the docks that are in the night, like in the darkness.
That was close.
No one is around y'all at this moment, so you're kind of spooky.
You go in the dark. Oh,
I have like a cave, so I'm just gonna
Oh
kinda
yeah,
go
no,
like
she
this.
does have a thing.
That I got from Salud's town.
Exactly.
So he's like,
Yeah, so she just got it. But y'all are just chilling there at the moment, and you keep walking past a bunch of grunts going by. You see a guy at like this like little table writing shit down, or whoever they are. You didn't know for sure.
I have a glance at it.
It's
As I'm
just
going by.
seems to be plans or something, like ship plans, but also well, just ship plans really.
Okay. You keep walking then until you find something of use.
See like generic weapons really as you go by barrels.
Where's
Those-
the commanders?
Any commanders? You don't see any at the moment. And then you see like an iron barred gate with 2 people standing guard next to it.
Well,
That goes deeper into it.
he approaches it like a man on a mission.
And they're like, halt!
Why?
State your name.
Francesco Arriba.
Well, we have no Francisco or Kiva on the list to enter further beyond this point.
Diablos sent me directly.
Your persuasion for that. Oh. Writes it in. Go. Go like.
Where's your commander?
She was the one writing the notes over there.
I'll be back. She turned. She thinks
Yeah.
for where does she know where her friends went?
We should have gone before they were doing it.
Oh shoot.
Is she astrology?
Roll a karma check. Is your character doing anything? Or is that my idea?
I was to splashing the ball.
What'd you get?
22.
What are you gonna astrology? Second message.
I need the artifact.
Can I send a message back? He'll tell her what ship they're on. The big one. We're in the back.
She goes that way.
So, as you're going that way, you start to hear movement above you on the ship. And it's like, I hear, I can't believe they're making me do this. I work overtime and they still can't give me anything. Jesus, and we're supposed to be over here ruling the world. And he's like, shut up, man. You complain every single fucking day. Like, go home.
You hate so much, quit.
Yeah, like, you don't like so much fucking quit. He's like, I would quit. If we could take a shit back to the fucking surface for once. Like, Jesus Christ.
He's gonna look at this guy and he's gonna be like,
Because he was sloshing in the water.
Oh shit. Just-
he'll try to like cover you a little bit with his dark night
7
cape.
5 minutes.
You know, they're all like huddling underneath it.
Oh yeah, because R and Theo are there
And
too.
R and D are just chilling. And he's like, man, where did we leave those other barrels? I think we left it on the bottom dock side. And then you all see the barrels right next to you. He's like, well, I'll go get it. And you hear choo, 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 choo.
I'm looking to see if I have something that can deter someone.
We'll see if she's looking first. We'll see who's on first.
You don't know this is happening, but it's too far away. Ooh, salt. Salt.
What if I cast banishment?
What if Banshee doesn't send them to another realm for a certain amount of time? Like, literally. God.
Can you choose what realm they go to?
No.
That'd be fucking hilarious. Send them straight to Azrael.
I could do either banishment or I could do channel divinity turned unholy, and if they fail a wisdom throw with the DC of 16,
Does that only apply to, like, undead or demons or anything? Or is it-
fiends and undead.
These are just people, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are just people?
They're just people.
Okay. Well, that makes banishment even funnier.
So random.
Goes to Azrael.
The Queen of England is dead.
And then all you gotta do is grab the other one.
I can tackle that.
Drown them. It would make a sound.
Splash in the
Fucking
water.
7-foot Goliath goes.
Yeah, I'd be dead as fuck. I'd be dead on when the water hits my head on impact, just gone.
Shit, that'd be
I can,
Wait, are they both coming in check or just one?
you don't know. You just heard someone say, we should go check this.
I believe it's just the one, but if the one doesn't come back soon, the other guy will probably come down too. And that's when we, I guess, kill him.
Okay, so, is that the plan's going up?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast banishment on the one that's coming down.
Did they have to make a save of any kind?
They have to make a charisma save of 16.
Yeah. See what I can do. Alright, so the other one comes down and you're like, banish! And then let's see what they say.
They save and win.
Now they got a nat 1. They are gone.
They're hella gone.
You're like, over there, just disappear out of thin air.
He's like,
Anyway, you hear like more footsteps come up. They're like, where's Jeff? I don't know. He just kind of went down there. Maybe he's taking a piss in the water or something.
Wait, can I use intimidation?
You can if they come down here. You have to tell me what you're intimidating them for. Like,
but then they'll know that we're down here.
it could work because you could scare them off before they do anything. But also, like, they'd be like,
But also seeing two people running. I mean.
and anybody's like, I'm gonna go down and yeah. I was like, he's like, we should go down and check. Yeah, because pissing in the water's pretty bad. Anyway, you hear like a bunch of footsteps start coming down.
Shit.
This is when you see oh sorry, but this is when you see a bunch of people heading down towards where they're at, and we're gonna tell me what you want to do, Corey.
So I got 2 attacks per action. Can I just attack them both?
Yeah, you can just roll to hit on 2 of them to knock them out or kill them. That's the real thing. If you want to double wield your hammer or one hand wield your hammer. Make sure you roll the d20, so the +9 is what you want to click on for the hit.
20
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you hit 2 of them. There's 3 of them that are coming down. Would you like to knock them out or kill them? That's what. Just kill them. You like since you have a warhammer, you smash their skulls into the ground, and it's kind of loud. It's kind of loud, and the other one's like. And so you get a chance to do something before that one is just like.
Is he down the stairs or is he up there?
You're like down here. You run up to them and just go.
Oh,
Boom!
oh my god.
But the ship is still blocking y'all from the view. So you're still okay. No one's seeing this. But there's just one guy standing there like.
Fucking 7-foot Goliath.
I would be so scared.
Can I summon my wings and like come up like Batman or something, like grab the guy and go back down with him and like ground him?
Yeah, roll either strength or dex check for that. You smashed both their skulls.
I feel you just watching like.
You don't see anything. You just see them disappear, and then that's it. And you. But
I
you're.
had my inspiration too. I got a 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
How much is inspiration?
It's only 1d6, so.
That's a D6. A D6 is just the cube,
Yeah,
right?
the cube. The smashing the skulls.
10.
Well, you meet right on it.
Oh.
So, yeah, hers counts. So, so you were coming further, and you see Taryn's wings come up, grab the guy, and Taryn takes him back, and that's all you see.
What are you doing? Why are you killing people? This was stealth!
They can't say anything if they're dead.
Oh, she's here now?
Yeah. Why is she talking to you guys? You're fucking idiots. Hide somewhere better.
We will now.
Okay. Bye.
Can we go deeper into the ship?
You can go on the ship, yeah.
Wouldn't that be in the open though?
You will be in the open, but the light's not shining on y'all right now.
Is there like some kind of room in the ship that we could go to instead of being on the deck exposed?
You'd have to go on the deck to get in a room.
Okay.
Let's move fast enough.
You'd have to roll.
You're the one that's gonna be the problem because you're huge.
But he can move fast.
You have 2 magic users.
R and Theo are with you still,
And one of them has the mystery.
which means you can
Also,
open a
hasn't
portal.
been there
and
yet,
go.
so he doesn't know what the inside looks like.
Yeah, but you could also do it a couple feet away from them. Y'all are on the outside of it.
Yeah, I guess you could also do dimension door into the thing, like there to the door. He'll be like, figure out him, and I can take care of me.
Feels like, you want to go through a magic door into the ship?
Yes.
Sounds good to me. That's what he says. I was like, I can help you out, Taryn, so I'll stick with you.
That'd be nice.
Anyway, dimension door, let's fucking cast it. Bam.
Y'all are doing fucking swear things. You just hear, and then just, everybody else close.
Feels like, so, I'm gonna guess a room in the ship. We're gonna hope we land there. He does it successfully, and you're in a room in a ship. You seem to be in like the cargo hold, it seems. Feels like, I guess studying ships does work out well. What would you like to do?
Get to the same place.
Would you like to go to the deck to get there? Because the dimension door is gone.
Yeah, he could be okay to walk across the deck because he could use his dark cloak to like shield himself and then like.
You will still have to roll a stealth check to get back.
Yeah.
And R will also have to roll one with you. What do you mean only +2 to stealth, you freaky ass? At least 5. I'm kind of digging into these checkpoints. Go fuck.
It would be nice if his freaking heavy armor didn't give him disadvantage.
That's the pains of heavy armor now.
If only someone had silence, maybe.
I don't even know if R has silence. He has telekinesis. He has a bunch of killing spells. He's got earthquake.
Right.
He don't got silence. He got a bunch of killing spells. They kill.
Let's see if Boyder has anything.
Julia, what would you like to do? You go to the commander.
She says, sir,
Yes.
Diablos sent. I
Persuasion.
have the artifact.
Persuasion.
She shows the artifact.
Persuasion for the Diablos sent you, but you'll get advantage because the artifact.
Advantage?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sad.
He's running.
That's a 26.
He's like, odd for Diablos to send a message to you, but the artifact is believable enough. What do you intend to do with it?
Use it.
For what?
In it.
For what?
To free the monster of its chain.
He's not. Then you have permission to go in deeper.
You might want to tell your guards.
They already know.
Okay.
Okay. You go to the bars. Got you in. Congratulations.
Francesco Reba's allowed in. He walks through.
You walk through, and you notice that there seems to be strange energies around you, and it gets harder to breathe. Roll a con save while you're in here.
Nat 20, 24.
Damn, you're just fucking standing here like.
Breathing.
Okay, but no, as you go in deeper, you notice there seems to be a bunch of carrion workers, and you see like a giant bone as carrion workers are seeming to like excavating this giant bone as everything around is hot and red. And you notice the chain itself of bronze and silver aligned with what seems to be a singular gemstone of magic, obviously, with a bunch of arcana symbols written into it. It's unbearably hot here.
Okay. She wants to look inconspicuous.
Make a performance check.
You live in.
You notice that some demons are here as well.
11.
11. How do you walk? How do you act?
Looks at the rest of them on how they're walking and acting, and then act like she's one of them.
As you're walking, you go. Someone says, "Stop." Sorry, choking. Checksmith. I was choking up Chex Mix. Anyway, I still am. All right. So, what?
You done?
No, shut the hell up. Anyway, what's in your hand?
The artifact.
Right, like they stick their hand out almost.
Diablos told me to do it myself.
Make a persuasion for against a demon.
I have an idea.
19?
When I see the demon looks at you, Diablos hasn't given orders ever since she was sealed, and you should know that.
Diablos gave me these orders before she was in prison.
Date and time. Date and time.
I have no idea.
Date and time.
Date and time?
Yeah.
Timestamp.
Timestamp.
Let's make an intelligence check. See.
Roll intelligence to see if you can get a good date. And what is your idea?
So can I have Mondra turn into a rug of smothering? And hold me around my armor under my cape to help muffle the sound of my armor?
Yeah, you can just roll a normal stealth check because of it.
That'd be nice.
What'd you get?
13.
13, you don't know of any specific date and time.
She says the date.
How long ago was she in
Yeah,
prison?
she says the date that they shot the weapon at her, and says I don't know what that date is.
Yeah, it's okay just to say
She
it.
says that date and says
It was right before she left to fight. As for
It's like, good guess, but lesser carry members are not even supposed to hold such an artifact.
who said I was just carrying it?
But you sure look like one.
she thinks for a moment. Since Mary doesn't remember, can I make an intelligence check to remember the name of that chick that was with Akan?
Yeah, make a history check.
History.
I got a 6.
Well, I guess you are gonna be found out. So you see someone walk. What?
Oh my god, you're gonna be found out!
So.
What do you want me to do?
You did all this effort to be hidden!
Huh?
You put.
Imagine a
Okay.
rug
I don't know
walking.
what you said.
You did all
Imagine him
this
being
effort to be
rocked by a
hidden.
rug. You see a
Yeah.
rug just walking
And now
straight up.
you're found out.
And then I rolled a 6. After I took away my disadvantage.
So what happened is Madra turns into a rug of smothering, and she wraps around you like in a circle, so you're like a cylinder. All you see is a cylinder waddling on the deck to be seen, and then the lights go, and you just hear the alarms, and you hear it from there, but it's like kind of distant. But you hear the of the alarms as all the lights shine on you. It's like a circle of a rug.
Well, I guess you can get in now.
She's already been in.
Oh.
And you hear the alarms, like the blaring alarms, and Theo's like, oh my god. Theo's like, what do you suppose we do? I mean, it seems like Taryn and R got found out pretty bad.
So I guess we fight then, right?
We can. I mean,
I don't know, I would stay hidden, but
Oh.
you know, you're your own character.
yeah. Your character's like, would they want to fight to,
That's a lot of people.
yeah, would they want to fight, or would they want to stay hidden and maybe get their friend out of the situation?
Let's stay hidden. Time.
Stay hidden. Okay, so right now you are like in a cargo hold, and so Taryn's on the deck. You can get to the deck. if you need to, and you can also stay on the floor below the deck.
I'll stay below because I'm not really much help.
Okay, so you're gonna stay below the deck,
Stay
but you can
below.
hear where Terran's walking. So the fucking walking cylinder rug, just something like this. You hear in the distance the alarms, and like everyone seems to look towards the exit. It's a distraction moment, it seems, as they look towards the
She looks
exit.
around like, why are we not going to investigate?
And you see the demons send the lesser carrier members, but there's still 2 demons in the room.
Okay, there's 2 demons in my way.
Yes. What was your
I got
history check?
24.
Her name was Vazra.
Vajra. Okay. Um. I don't want to say that.
She's like, whoa.
I was gonna say I'm Vajra, but they didn't know that. Diablos did not have time to choose anyone other than me because what's her name?
Vazra.
Vazra's back.
They kind of like to like, who the fuck is Vazra?
Her right hand. Yes, see, I know things you don't, and I'm the weakling.
Make a persuasion. Now, what would you like to do? There's a you can't, I guess the rug opens around you because you're obviously found out. You see a bunch of carry members about to, and you see like there's mage towers too, so they're all aiming towards you. So not only do you have like crowds of carry members coming to kill you, but you also have mage towers on you as well.
Yeah.
And R as well. R is there too.
They're probably gonna want to take attention away from the ship entirely to not help them get found out.
Mm-hmm.
So, Karen wants to jump off the boat.
Okay, you jump off the boat. There's no roll for that.
Yeah.
Really.
Walk the point.
R will just probably follow you. So
Yeah.
you jump off the boat. Big con save.
This was me, 7 and who?
You and Theo. And if you, yeah, 7's with you, so, because you turn into a skull.
Can I cast Bless on the Hypnoid?
Yes.
Okay, so that should.
You're not gonna like this one.
I'm gonna add a D4 to whatever I guess.
I'm gonna scream.
You said I can't save?
It can't save, yes.
Wait, I gotta roll for that. 21.
21. Okay, you both save, but they electrocute the water, basically, with the towers. You're gonna take half damage from whatever I'm rolling right now.
Okay.
Bro, you better sink and act like they're dead. That man float.
I think it's 8d10s I'm rolling for electricity damage, but you get half of this. Both of them get half of this because R also saved. Well, that wasn't that bad. 25 damage total, so that means you take like 12 damage.
Yeah, that's not awful.
Yeah, you both take 12 damage, but it electrocutes you both pretty hard.
Ouch.
Like, what does it feel like again on persuasion?
You got 15.
A 15? Doesn't work. They're like, there's no such thing as Vazra.
Do you even know how to use this? There's a chant that goes with it.
A chant?
Yes. Would you like me to show you so you can use it?
They kind of look at each other. They're gonna insight check. So they fail. They'll let you show you how to do it.
So they have to get near it.
Yeah, the way's already been open for like the whole
Walk
time.
over to it. And she chant random ass words. Asuma, Asuma, Asuma.
Oh my god.
And she's gonna click the button and reinforce the chains while she's here,
Okay, so
like she wanted to do. But as soon as she can tell that they are reinforced, she's using the time stone and teleporting the fuck out of here.
okay.
Back to OG Olive.
Alright, so what would you like to do? Because you hear carrier members actually start to enter the boat. But you hear you hear the splash of water, and then all you hear is the electricity of water being like, I like electricity.
So probably shouldn't jump.
Yeah, you can't even jump because you're still inside the boat. Yeah, you're good.
I'll try to hide. Oh, I'm kind of big.
There are like big, like there's giant boxes and stuff, so you can be able to fit in some places.
Come on,
You
little
can
boxes.
move some boxes on top
Oh, yeah.
to like create a
I forgot to
convenient
do that.
Yeah,
cover.
you can.
Shoot. Arrange for something I can hide behind.
Okay, you do it. You're able to hide behind, and Thea will just hide where you are. And you hear a bunch of carrier members like, there must be more on this ship. Search the entire area.
God.
But they're searching. But you roll a any intelligence thing. So let's see. Thea will help you with this roll.
You said intelligence.
Intelligence, just a straight intelligence. Theo will help you. What'd you get?
0.
A 0? It's okay, because Theo covers you with the 18.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
So
It's been a while
Theo
since I saw 0.
Theo sees you and he's like, no, put the boxes like in this position. So because he got an 18, so he's gonna like help you out.
Fucking 0 freezes like.
Lays them all out flat.
Here's my shit at 0.
Oh my god. So Theo helps you. You do have a fortress, and they actually go past your fortress as y'all are just like. And eventually, as you're reinforcing the change, you notice that in the mouth, it almost looks like a black hole is forming inside of it. Like a really small one, like it's in the
Is
mouth.
it working?
It seems to be as a, like, kind of like the chains start to, like, gloss over, almost like something's protecting them.
Is it done?
It's done now, yeah.
We're teleporting the fuck out!
As you try to use the stone in this area, the magic seems to interfere with it.
You're fucking kidding me!
What would you have to do? The demons are like, what the fuck is happening?
Throw them in!
Throw them where?
Into the little black hole!
There's none, it was gone. Because they would just used it to reinforce, but then it disappeared. What you could do? They're just kind of looking at you like, question, like, what the fuck is that?
And that's how you use it.
Sorry.
See that?
That's what she looks at him and does. And that's how you use it. She just stands there. I used it. They'll disintegrate today.
They kinda look at you
Just
like,
be like, okay, you obviously don't want it. Bye.
Okay.
kind of look at you like,
Bye.
weird. Do you leave? You leave and you see the chaos unfolding on the other ship, and you see the water is
Can I
electrified.
use it here?
Yes.
She teleported.
So you're just standing there, get teleported. Theo, you get teleported. Where do you teleport to?
Olive, where we were when we first teleported.
You teleport to my first teleport. Woo! And Taryn and R look fried, bro.
Cried, sopping wet, and fucking, they're like, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. She changes back. She says, so I reinforced the chains.
Thank God for that.
It was something they were carving. It was a bow and arrow.
No, it's just a bone, like a
Just a
giant
bone.
bone.
A bone?
A bow.
Bone.
Like a
Oh, it was a bow.
Bone, excavation bone.
Oh, they were excavating a bow.
Probably a bone of the creature.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a giant creature. Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's the entire continent.
Well, I mean, I reinforced it.
That's
The
good.
demons were kind of dumb.
Yeah.
They let me reinforce it, and then let me leave. I showed them how to use it.
That's good. Then you didn't give it to him.
They could have let me. I don't know.
That's funny.
One down.
And then they let you leave with it too.
I guess we are to the next place.
The next place, I will say you cannot do Mercedes and Invicta this session.
The other one we can come with.
You can do Citus though. And ours like,
We'll sleep there.
yeah, ours like, I'm fried. You're not fried, Zod? You're not, you didn't get electrocuted?
No.
What?
They were inside the hull of the ship.
See, when I was getting electrocuted, I screamed out for help. I hope Kira didn't hear that.
Why'd you scream out for help?
I was in pain. We were getting electrocuted, Darren.
Why'd you... Bro, Taryn's sitting there, dead face, getting electrocuted.
He doesn't give a fuck. He sees too much. He doesn't give a fuck.
No
It-
thoughts, no words,
It
nothing.
hurt like hell, though. That's for
Bro,
sure.
I'm
fucking
sure
dead
it
face,
did,
that
'cause I
fucking...
took 16 damage from it.
That's great. I was like, well, I hope Kira didn't know that I was getting electrocuted. Anyway.
I guess we'll see if she pulls here or not.
She did know. Anyway.
She did.
Yeah. But anyway, I was like, you come back to Citus. It's dead night again. You're in the monk's place. It's really quiet.
Wow.
I would go to sleep.
You fucking fall asleep.
So I know we're on the
Congratulations.
same wavelength.
You all sleep. You all very much sleep. You gotta.
Aaron fucking rigs out his shit, fucking dries his hair out.
You are all sopping wet and scalded, and so only 2 people are electrocuted.
Oh, I gotta tell the guy. The
Severus?
dog guy, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna climb up the 1,000 steps again?
No, never mind.
Do we still have his crystal ball?
Yeah.
We did one.
Good.
You get to keep that one.
Stuff it in my purse.
Anyway, you notice that your pocket watch has recharged, and it seems to continue ticking now, as it once was.
I forgot about it. But yeah.
Who told us that it was from the second timeline?
Severus.
Oh. You what? That's a good point. Good reminder. Timeline. We know some people from the second timeline. Isn't that right?
he's like, what?
We know some people from the second timeline.
The bomber lady's no, his gun.
That's really good. That was really good. She did, Mom. I just never heard the term bomber lady for her, which just makes sense. It makes sense. Oh my God. He's like, yeah, he's my brother. I can contact him if you want.
Yes, please.
Oh your God.
Yeah, I have more connection to a guy. He's like, all right. Oh God, this is gonna be chaos because they are a chaos team over there. He's like, Kira?
What?
We have a new friend actually, and he has some like weird artifact that Severus said was in the second timeline. So if y'all could check it out, it'd be pretty cool.
Okay. Well, me and Drone Tower will be there.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, ours like, so just wait like 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
And there's Kira and Grelin Tower. Oh,
Hi!
he's like, yeah, this is Zod.
Oh, wait, I forgot I'm talking.
Yeah, she's actually really,
Really short.
yeah, Kira's actually really short.
She's like 5'4".
Yeah, she's 5'4".
She's like, hello. Okay, you're Goliath. That's cool. You have an artifact, I assume.
It's because it's dry.
Thank you. Here you go, Grelin Tower.
Grelin
Let's
Tower is like,
investigate.
Grelin Tower's like, this shit's whack. You see this?
Oh,
That's Grelin Tower.
Yeah, she literally talks like that. This shit's kind of whack. Where'd you get this?
oh, but I just found it over in my pocket one day.
Someone snuck it into your pocket?
I might have had it before. I don't remember.
That's insane. Where can I get your luck? Where can I get your luck? I want random artifacts to be sneaked in my pocket when I'm asleep.
Yeah, you got pretty good luck
Make some friends that get blown up. Or work for people that get blown up.
I think we already have a couple of those.
Tara's like, yeah, but they don't have any cool artifacts.
I mean, do we need them? Some of us are gods.
Yeah, this is my mom. I'm an adopted child.
Adopted.
So
She
you're
used to be
she's the
girl
short
of
one.
his power.
The
Yeah.
mom is the short one.
Yeah. Girl Tara's
I
like
guess
5'8".
you could call me a bomber. I mean,
You're the bomber.
She is. She's the one who bombed the
I'm
entire
Kira.
nation.
I mean, you could call me. Well, you call me Kira. The bomber sounds a little bad. I'm not that mean. I only bomb evil people.
Well, it sounds like he was working for those people.
In the past, it's long gone. It's done. But
I'm sure.
I think I gotta
I gotta
I have
go.
somewhere to be.
You should meet my dad. He's ours brother.
Yeah, he's the. Isn't he? No, he didn't die.
He didn't die. He's alive.
No.
'Cause
Our guy.
if he died, my mom would like blow up the entire timeline. That's the problem.
Perhaps. It hasn't happened yet.
I gotta go wash some coins.
Would you like to meet him?
Not sure. Why not?
Wow.
He's like he actually walked through his own portal, and he's like, for some reason I knew he's 6 foot, so he's much taller than his brother, and instead of like short black slick back, it's like long slick black hair. He basically looks similar to R, and he's like, for some reason I knew that I was going to be called here. I got here Goliath.
Yeah. What's your name again?
Zod.
Zod. Okay, this is Zod.
Well, nice to meet you, Zod.
He has a cool artifact.
Watch.
What is it?
I used to have a watch like that a long time ago.
I don't like that. You don't want to have a watch from something that he had a long time
You
ago.
want it back?
No,
I don't think he does.
it's not my watch, but I had a watch that was similar.
What did yours do?
It's channels darkness, but this one seems to channel something different. Change a lot. It just controls. It's like a mini control of time, basically. Reverts things, forwards things.
So how do we use it?
I'm not sure.
It brought a statue to life.
Oh yeah.
Is it my magic?
Not this one, but I had a similar looking watch, but it operated differently.
Why is this one not? Actually, let Kira look at it.
Kira will look at it.
What does she perceive?
It's like a mix between time and space almost. It's
And why is it second timeline? Limbo?
Hayden says probably because he said it was time, so it must have been limbo, which is the second closest associated to time.
But this doesn't seem like our map. Wouldn't I know?
You would know. I don't know. This probably isn't your magic.
And it doesn't seem like our friend's magic. Okay.
This one's not just a watch. Just toss in the trash.
Maybe you should ask Gabriel.
I can talk to him?
I mean, I can take you.
Yeah, he's kind of open for everyone to talk to.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, let's go.
He snapped his fingers. I haven't shown you, but they know what Azrael's realm looks like. I gotta find it, the reference picture.
Yeah.
Yeah! You can talk to any god you want, really. Even us. Well, not me, but my wife and my and other people.
Hypothetically speaking, if we need you to drop a big bomb on a monster,
So it looks like it's his realm.
I mean,
Yeah.
hypothetically, I'd probably get in trouble with not Diablos. Asriel. I kind of got away with it last time. On a whim. because they were bad people, so like it was fair. But I mean, if it's a monster, maybe. Depends on the monster.
The timeline destroyed once.
I mean, we're trying to help kill Diablos.
I was like, this monster has apparently been chained to the realm. If Diablos gets a hold of it, then we're going bye-bye.
I don't know that I can blow that up if it's a whole continent.
It is a whole continent.
I mean, that's a lot of good and bad people.
You see, like, ours, like, fried as well, so he's like...
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard the, help me! And I was like, great.
Yeah. He looks at Taryn, who also looks the same as ours.
Yeah, you guys have awful luck. How do you guys all seem like, you two seem rough, but somehow in every situation, Ophelia looks fine. Like nothing ever happens to her.
She's usually disguising, and we're usually trying to hide.
So you're really bad at hiding.
I have disadvantage on stealth.
Just tried to break the fourth wall.
Do that. Cool. That makes sense. Okay, well, I'm sure Azriel will love a visit. And Ophelia goes, actually, we sent a lady there to Azriel earlier. She
Did we
was...
send her?
Yeah, she went to go visit Azriel. Yeah, she went to go visit her... what's her name?
Arisa.
Ariza. Here it goes. No clue who that is. Okay, well, off we go.
You are teleported straight to the realm, and you notice a 100-foot god literally standing there.
He's so much larger than me.
He is massive. Yeah, literally towering. And when he turns, it's like,
I guess it's a good thing.
you hear it. And he's like, looks like Zots
Zot.
Zol.
has come for a visit. What can I help you with today?
I love how everyone's up to date on their name all the time.
We gotta watch. it's special.
And he like kind of like bends. He kind of shrinks down a bit. He's still like 10 foot tall, so he's still much taller.
3 foot taller than you.
Yeah, and he like he takes the watch from you and he looks at it and he goes, "How unusual for you to possess something like this."
Did you see Arisa?
I did.
Arisa? You brought her back to life and from the statue.
This can reverse one event or forward one event of very small power. How you got it, I'm not too sure. For I did not send this artifact down to anybody.
There's a lot
Does
of
it belong to you?
around here.
It's supposed to.
Yeah.
Do you want it bad?
Would you rather keep it?
Yeah. I'm not sure I should have that responsibility.
Ophelia raises her hand. Would a small event that happened be one of us dying and then reversing that?
It may work in that case.
I think we should keep it. I think that's a great idea to keep.
I would like it back.
Then he gives you it back. But be very much careful with it. Whatever's inside of it is unstable.
The person next to Ariza, the Diablos person. I remember the name earlier,
We
but she
forget
got
her
her
name.
name.
It was like Z or something.
Seen it.
I'm not sure. I did not hear Ariza mention anyone that was next to her.
Eliza was the protecting an artifact that we now have with said lady. Looks for Diablos. Diablos is right hand.
He like ponders a bit. He's like, I do not remember Diablos having any right hands. Nor did I have any right hands either.
How did you remember Arisa then?
I only remembered her once I saw her.
That's fantastic.
Not sure. I know I ordered her to protect the artifact, but I'm not sure what happened after.
No idea why she was frightened and served.
She told me she was, but I have no idea how she could have been.
Right. Ooh, okay, well, that's lovely. That's so fun for us. Okay. Well, anything else you want to tell us while we're here?
He says, Diablos is starting to break through her chains.
Can I reinforce those?
Not if you want to visit her down in her realm.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. I've had one or two bad ideas, but that sounds awful.
We'll send 7.
And lose the artifact.
Fucking lose 7.
Oh, and
Alexander. 7 has his own big lore.
Ew.
That's your fucking feet. I hate your ass.
Well, okay. Well, that's it.
I have nothing else to report to you. Besides, maybe my memories are slowly coming back. But other than that,
Do you know what this artifact is?
which one? The one you're holding?
Yeah, the snake one.
A smithing weapon used to reinforce
You
our.
already knew that, but you remember
Yeah.
a bit.
What weapon?
It's smithing weapon.
So we used it to reinforce the chains, like on the.
On the continent creature.
Did that work?
Yes, it did work.
Okay, I wanted to make sure because I kind of left it thank you, I guess. Adios.
Bro, cool. You leave the realm, and you're back on. You've done a lot of teleporting today.
Yeah.
But you're back on the monk area with Kira God.
Here it goes. You know, that little artifact's pretty interesting. Do you mind if my daughter does a little research on it?
The watch.
Yeah.
See, I'm pretty good at researching. I lost an eye and I lost a hand.
I mean, well, she's not going to use that again. But, you know, she can just research it for the night.
Oh, well, I'll get back in the morning.
Oh yeah, no, I'll be back here next morning. Sorry. Thanks, man.
If you need it before then, you can always just tell Art to be like, no, here, I'll pop up, I guess.
I like to research things. I always find the answer one way or another.
One way or another, that's a good way to put it. One eye or one hand or another, you know.
Yeah, you know that she has like a black claw as a hand, and then she has a regular hand.
No, why? How did that happen?
Saving my family from a curse. My dad.
She lost the hand, and
My
then
uncle.
my buddy, who's also a god, made it a claw for her.
See, I wanted a beast eye, but my mom said I couldn't have one.
So what happened to your eye?
I also lost it saving my dad and my uncle from a curse.
Yeah. So she lost one, stopping the curse for Raiden, and lost her art, and lost the other, stopping the curse for Haiden.
Yeah, it was a lot, and my mom said I shouldn't have a beast eye, so she said give me a robot eye, but it's like looks really real.
I don't think anyone is gonna want to talk to you with a beast eye.
I don't know, and they're just uncool.
I'm sure your students would think so.
They think anything is cool, but I thought my hand was cool, so. If you ever like
that's
lose,
girl tower for you.
if you ever lose a limb, just come to me.
I like my limbs. I would
Give
try
me
my
some,
best. Hold on.
Cool like gun limbs, that can shoot people up.
Maybe don't come to her. Don't come to her. Go to your god.
Elias has got my limbs.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah. So, if you have any cool artifacts, send it to me. So, I'm immortal too. Anyway.
Yeah, so Titan. And me. And our whole family. Perks of being a god.
He's not immortal. He's not immortal. Zod.
Here's talking.
Oh.
Her whole family's immortal.
Yeah. And so John Tower's like, that's crazy. Ophelia and Terran's gonna be immortal. Seven's immortal.
See how it is.
See how it is?
Ophelia, well, I mean, are you trying to become something in a certain class?
What is your class anyway?
Berserker.
He's a barbarian.
Barbarian.
Oh.
But are you
Barbarians are
trying
awesome.
to
I love
become something
barbarians.
outside of a barbarian?
Let's keep it simple.
So, you're not.
Let's
How
see
long
long
do you
the
guys
last
live?
There was
Or,
normal human age.
Got about 50 more years on it.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
He's the oldest of the group. He's 30.
Oh, I guess I won't get attached then. Oh, shit.
I was like, don't be mean. It's like Theo only has 30 years left.
Yeah, but Theo's going to ultimately become immortal.
What if he
in
do-
Diablos.
If he doesn't help.
Well, he's a dummy.
I'm pretty. But then he's a dummy.
I was like, well, there's many ways to become immortal. Like become a lich, like 7.
I think I'm past. I want to get carried
You don't
want to
you don't want to eat bones.
No.
We're pretty diverse people. You know, we got different bone types here.
I live my 90 years, 80 years of just
80 years of bones.
What? You'd want to leave us? That's so unkind.
Don't fall for a guilt tripping.
Once you're in, you're in.
Zon.
You don't want to stick around?
nah. I just live my course and just pass on.
I'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Ours like, be careful.
It's
She
gonna make her
means it.
loyal against you.
What almost happened, but
It's happened before.
almost happened with Hayden if he did refuse to be immortal.
It's like, hey, I wasn't asked. I was just asking for courtesy. We're gonna make your own anyway.
I was like, anyway, we have a few more changed effects.
3 more left.
3 more left for to tame the beast.
Here in them audios.
The audio is back to
Don't
the.
bring the thing back.
You don't have your time pocket watch right now.
Oh, yeah.
Sadness.
You'll have it back tomorrow morning.
But anyway, that is the day. That's kind of all I planned.
Sleepy bye.
So you all go to bed at the monk's place. It's not that comfy.
Not that comfy.
No, they don't got ours luxury home.
Yeah, monks kind of live very simplistically.
Nah. We gotta amp this place up.
They like what they have here.
Nah.
I'm
Not while
taking
I'm
stuff.
here.
I'm trying to make a better
Well,
way.
good thing we're leaving tomorrow.
I like that's not you too.
Fine. Where are we sleeping then?
We do have a teleportation stuff, so you can come back.
Oh, yeah. Let's just go to our house tomorrow.
Ours like, Zod.
Oh wait, you have a bed my size.
Yeah, Zod's like, I do, but you're gonna have to share the bed with Taryn. I don't have many beds in this house to accommodate you all.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, Taryn,
Is Taryn okay with that?
As long as you're okay with Mantra being in the room,
which is the coldest snake.
my giant flying snake.
She has her own place, so she's not taking up the bed.
Alright.
I don't know how you're going to share a bed with Goliath. I'll be honest with you.
I don't
He's
know.
7 foot. He's
Ours
gonna
like
take up the
it's a
bed.
queen size.
His legs just hanging
A
off the
queen's
bed.
not. No. That's not.
The
You
queen
need
will
to
get all of
me.
him and none of me.
The king would only fit him. I mean, come on.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
How big is he king size?
He's like 7. They're like 7 foot tall. I think he said 7 foot, 320 pounds.
7'6".
7'6", so about 8, reaching on 8.
Ben's gonna be hanging off.
His legs just dangling.
It is a comfy bed though, so
So tough of this.
I was like, our cooked dinner for all of you.
Nice.
So you,
Better cooked spaghetti.
spaghetti doesn't exist.
Sparsetti meatballs.
Shut up. Spaghetti and zitzals. Hurt you. He cooks well. Make sure you put your long rest on there.
I
'Cause they're
did already 30 minutes ago. Do you like the fucking Chex Mix?
I do. I'm eating it up.
Good.
I'm eating it really good.
It was buy one get one free at Publix, so I got 2 family size fucking bags. I got that one. I got the bold flavored one.
Damn, bitch. Fucking crazy. But the night passes, and it's very quiet, and you all sleep.
Goodbye.
Have a good night. A good sleep. And that is all.
For once.
Calliope's still there. She's chilling.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, you walk in.
don't mean
You
to
walk in
talk.
the house and you see Calliope sitting there with like she's a blindfold on and she's like, "What is like? Who walked through the door? I've never heard those footsteps
It's a
before."
Goliath. His name is Zosh.
I know you.
I want to apologize for making blind jokes.
You know him.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He worked for our parents for a
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
What?
Oh,
Okay, I didn't hear the word for my parents pop up.
Well, he worked for the nobles around the area, which you know consisted mostly of our parents.
Before he went, I make money somehow. I didn't know that. It wasn't.
He's always
They
helped
didn't
me.
advertise that.
He's always helped me out. So, I mean, well, you know, our parents they manipulate and use. He was sadly one of the victims.
You know, they manipulated a lot of people, and then I go and I say, oh, they're evil, and everyone goes, oh my God, you're such a liar. And then I leave, and then you're blind.
Yeah, because I was the parent. Yeah, the parents, you know.
Yeah, the parents that, you know, I warned everyone about.
Anyway, I'll stay blind. Fuck you.
We're waiting on fixing that, too.
They're not gonna fix it.
It's a process.
It's a process.
You don't have faith in them?
Yeah, you didn't have faith in your twin sister.
I mean, I'm sure I do, but I don't think you can fix anybody whose eyes and little corneas were burned
I
out.
think you're doubting this.
Maybe just a little.
I think you need to pay a visit to Azrael.
I did.
Oh, God. He can't fix your eyes.
I'd have to turn into one of his servants or worshippers.
That's a good idea.
Oh, we were
We
supposed to
wait
go
till
to the
morning.
lantern people.
Too late.
Although, we wait till morning. We get the little stopwatch bag, and we use it on our
Oh,
eyes.
wait a minute.
What? What fucking stock? What?
Oh, let's go to sleep and wake up, and then you'll know all about it.
She wakes up and she sees, and she's like, what the
She sees.
fuck?
Oh,
I didn't think about it. She's like, I don't know. It sounds kind of
Go
crazy.
sleep. It's bedtime. Everyone go to sleep so we can wake up.
Immediately, like, goes to bed. Sophie and R just like,
Go to sleep.
knock him out.
I'm hungry. I'm eating my snacks. She's like, you can't touch me. Fuck you.
Ugh. She goes to sleep.
Or is Jay chilling?
It's gonna be next morning.
You really want to just fix her eyesight?
Test it.
No. You get to text it next section. Next section.
We in the session early and she won't even let me test it.
Early, it's
fuck
11
it.
o'clock.
You're gonna call who? John?
No,
Azrael?
she goes, okay, you need to call Kira back here.
That's fine. Now I'll go first. I was like, okay. Kira. And didn't even let her say anything.
Yep.
And he points to Calliope. And he points to the watch.
Oh.
Literally. Oh.
You don't know how
Camera
to.
with
You
it.
don't know how to like use it. So she's like,
Spin it or something. What did you do with it?
I don't know, I just held it up to the statues.
and Calliope is like, what is happening? She can't see anything. So she's like, what is happening?
Wait, let me try. I don't know, it worked for me.
Again, it doesn't work. There are like little knobs on the stopwatch, so.
Mess with the knobs.
Fiddle with it.
I go one way.
Roll a d20.
You fucking killer.
You're just watching Darren like touch it.
D20?
Yeah, just a d20, nothing added.
I got 10.
50-50, bro.
Sorry, it's.
She dies. I'm dead.
You notice that as you slowly turn the knob, Calliope's like, I don't really feel anything right now.
Kira says, would you like me to look and see how to use it and instruct you?
You notice that she does age a bit. as you turn it.
Don't kill my sister!
Shut up! I'm trying not to. Go the other way slowly.
But as you went forward, it used up some of its power.
Fuck.
So you go.
Just do the rest and go back to where she was.
Yeah, no, it was basically you go back the rest and she's at where she was. She's like, what?
Okay, so don't go this way because that goes forward.
Okay.
Go this way. Go backward.
We used it up.
You used it up, it's empty.
Okay, we'll try again tomorrow.
What if I wanted to eat my breakfast again?
Just imagine you eat it. Damn, that's good. Yeah. Good work on breakfast, I will say that.
I'm gonna feel it like, you're fucking kidding me. You used it up. You barely turned the knob.
I have only touched this thing
Give me
twice. Fine.
Just throw it at
What are you gonna do with it? It's fucking dead.
Recharge it. She hands it to Kira. Kira's like, what am I supposed to do with this? How am I? Oh no.
I kind of like just reflects off of it, to be honest.
I can't recharge this.
It recharged somehow. At some
in that
point.
void with magical presence.
You were the
Is that
one.
what charged it?
Just kind of seemed to charge in your hands.
The feeling is just, I mean, she pulls out the other artifact because I can use on it.
What other artifact?
The one that repairs the chains.
The fortifier? I don't know if that's gonna work on it.
It said that we would do things with it, like make a wish and it would do it.
Make the time thing better.
This is getting complicated.
Yeah.
Using different artifacts.
It's gonna absorb time and space around it. As it shows that you see the watch actually start to dismantle as it's trying to absorb the watch.
Maybe we shouldn't.
It was everyone going, "Hey."
Artifact uses on each other.
I want to clip that part of the stream where everyone's like, "Hey!"
The watch could be a family heirloom.
I want
We
to
almost
use it
killed
on my
her and we
sister.
almost broke in.
Gontar's like, just let Zod hold the watch.
Thank you.
I'm going back to bed.
And just wait. If my theory is correct, which it should be, it should recharge in maybe half the day.
Don't fucking look at me like I did something.
It should be charged in like half a day?
Zod, you got some weird energy about you.
I'm just different.
He built their brain.
It's good energy.
I'm leaning towards good. I mean, we'll figure it out.
I do a good bench for myself.
I'll figure it out. I can't really do surgery on you, like an autopsy.
I have a question for you, Felix Howard.
What?
Space and time, that is strictly Asriel's realm.
Asriel's time,
It's the space.
No space.
just time. Oh, last I heard from him.
But the thing is space and time, isn't it?
Maybe Diablos used to be space.
Straight up just galaxy.
Because last time Asriel was talking, he said he was just like the god of time. I mean, I know some people like divination and fate, like Savers, and life
Hey,
and
Asriel.
what?
Who's the god of space?
There is no god of space.
But then how does
What about
space and
Maestro?
time work?
What about
Mine's just magic.
Then how does
What about
space and time work?
Severus?
How does an object made by space and time work?
They usually coexist with one another.
Yes, but if there's no god of space, then how is there
Yeah, that's a very good question.
what was Diablos before Diablos was,
He don't know.
See, I'm not sure, and I'm looking into that right
Okay,
now.
I think you should look into her being space. I don't know what space is, but I think you should look into her being space since they coexist and you guys coexist. And you're the god of time. I don't know, just an idea. You guys kind of level each other out. But you're a god, you know everything. Okay, bye.
That's a pretty good hypothesis.
I know!
I told you you would know.
She,
You don't know shit.
she's like, yeah, he doesn't know. But, wow, if you emanate space and time energy, I don't know what that means for you. I mean, I don't know, maybe he's a combination of an Azrael follower and a Diablos follower, and he just can't remember because Azrael and Diablos can't remember.
You mean he's like 3 million years old?
Or he's like, I don't know,
Like Arisa?
like I don't want to say they're kids because that's weird, but like not their kids, but like their followers, like Arisa, but like combined.
Don't do your eyebrows at me.
Because how else would he have an artifact that is space and time?
Well,
And then
look at
also
me.
be able to recharge it with space and time.
Literally nobody
There's
knows.
the-
Nobody knows the answer to your question.
Well, I know the answer to my question. Diablos is the space god.
Yeah. I was like, we always do this.
Diablos is the space god. I've decided.
I mean, I
already
don't disagree
after
with
time
you,
space spider.
but nobody knows for
Time
sure.
space spider,
Alright.
the
Hey,
Spider
we should ask
Verse.
Arisa.
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
Arisa would know, right?
Arisa, you said you come back.
She's not that. She doesn't hear you. You're shouting in ours house.
Adriel, I need you to send me Arisa, please.
Arisa was like, I don't have much of a connection to Arisa to send her anywhere.
Where is she?
I don't know.
Astrology and her.
Roll Arcana. Y'all just trying to talk to everybody. Just kidding. That's what it's good.
Your mom.
Shut up.
And then.
I
Send a message.
mean,
You don't hear anything back.
no, don't say that. Ask her if Diablos was God of Space.
I try again.
Or, yeah, you're 11. You can only use it like right. You can't use it that so close together.
She waits an hour.
Shut up. I'm so tired. What did you get anyway?
20.
20, send a message.
Was Diablos god of time or space? Not time.
You should. You don't hear much back from Marisa. It seems,
Much or anything.
or anything actually.
Come here.
And then I didn't respond.
Why aren't these god things responding? I'm tired of it.
I was like, they're people too. They have busy things to do.
What is she busy with? She hasn't been alive for
She
like
doesn't know anyone here.
She's trying to figure out the world, I guess.
Trying to figure out the world. Oh, let her go visit Diablos and she'll figure out the world real quick, I'm sure.
I ain't gonna be
We'll take
much
her to
of a lot to figure
Authorend.
out.
That's all the history lesson she needs.
Yeah, really.
Ain't gonna be much of a world to figure out.
Just keep playing
I
around, it's gonna
wanted
be
to
gone.
fix my sister's eyes and you ruined it.
You would probably have
You ruined it!
You would have done any better.
Yeah, she was like, I'm okay with being blind. I really am. She's
Let's
was
wait half a day.
she just feels guilty about what.
We'll just wait half a day.
I look up to you.
You look up to her when she
You know,
can't see.
I wish I could look up to you, I guess, but you know.
You know.
Wish I could see the eye. Wish I could see the world through your eyes.
The Calliope starts to laugh. She's like, that was a good one. See, I like this guy. He at least takes
We're waiting half a day.
he takes my blindness as a joke, you know. See?
I'm glad someone sees it as a joke.
Don't be so disheartened. I'm fine. Look, I'm just sitting here.
You can't do anything if you're blind, honey.
I mean, yeah, but
Like, you can't become a fighter and everything because you weren't born with blindness. So you're still learning how to work and be efficient as blind. You
I'm
can't
gonna
be
make her a
Daredevil.
lantern knight.
What?
She wants to be a lantern knight. That's technically the whatever one gets replaced with the head with
they're
the
basically
lantern, they
people
don't
with
technically have
lanterns on their
eyes.
heads and they light up.
But just
Yeah,
Or
I
you
wish I had a
could
picture.
use the stopwatch.
If
When
it
she
even-
wouldn't
if
have
it
to
even
go through her
works.
part.
If it
And
even
you
works.
think they're going to want her, a follower of Shaw and now Millennia.
I don't know.
She's a fallen
The beggars can't be
paladin.
choosers.
She's a fallen paladin.
I used to not be one.
But
Well,
you
let's
are now.
Freaking let Promise a second figure it out.
What's his
I
name?
want to wait half a day.
I want to freaking throw you in the river.
We're waiting half a day.
That's gonna be the end of this session until we get the thing recharged. But you notice,
Oh, I could have had her vision back this episode.
but you notice that the
This
stopwatch
episode-
does not recharge in half a day, even if it is in your hands.
She's fucking broken.
wait, did you
kick
use
your
with the
ass.
baby?
Yeah, you're dismantled slightly a little bit. From
Oh yeah.
You broke it. You broke it. We didn't even have it for a week and you
Ezra
broke
just
it.
said.
I know.
Artifact and artifact. Your sister's so blind.
Goliath has been blind for a little more than a year now. She can operate.
Bro,
I'm
I
fine
just want
being
her
blind.
business back because it's been so long for her to be blind and not be used as a character because she's blind. She literally doesn't exist because she's blind. Like we don't
But
talk
she
to her or
makes
anything.
blind jokes.
She makes
That's
blind
a
jokes
secret
when you
part.
see her.
It's
Bro,
funny.
when you see her, she makes blind jokes. But like,
What would she do?
Ophelia's not gonna let her come on missions if she's blind.
What would she do? She's gonna be on the
Because
mission.
she doesn't know how to fight while blind.
She's gonna be on the team as soon as she gets unblind.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You gotta learn how
Terry
to
will
use
just
them.
put a harness leash on her, and if someone's gonna go fight her,
Hey.
he's gonna yank him.
My God.
Or just slaughter her like the babies. Like when
Slaughter her
they
like
carry
the-
it on the back.
Bro,
Yeah,
this
he'll
is-
put her on his back, and then be like,
You could technically put her on Zod's back.
This is so ableist of us, bro.
maybe we should turn off the stream.
Well, no, because if she was born blind, then Ophelia would be like, oh yeah, she can like do things because she would know how to if she would adjust her entire life to it. She's been blind for a year. Sis can't fight. Sis can't barely move down the stairs. Like,
So you want her to go fight if she wasn't blind?
yeah, Mary does. Well, that would let her be a part of something. Right now, she's a part of nothing because she's blind, which is why I want her vision back so bad.
She's the
I
comic
mean,
relief.
we have.
She's
we
a
have-
comic relief?
We have
Comic
seven
relief when we
human beings.
manifest her. Yeah, but she could be helping R or going on missions to do things herself like R does. She could be actual help.
It's funny because she already has been.
Blind. Yeah, she's gonna end up dead.
I don't know why you're talking to me like this is
I'm
my
talking to
fault
you
she's
because you
alive.
messed up the time thing.
I did not do shit. You almost broke it.
It totally is broken.
See, that's just Zod's watch, and y'all over here manhandling it like menaces.
Freaking throwing it at each other. She dismantled it. I aged her sister and then aged
Wait,
her
how did
back.
that work, bro? How did she dismantle it when she was trying to repair it?
She was trying to repair it, but that thing absorbs time and space to work. That thing tried to absorb the watch because it was time and space to use the power.
But then, it doesn't make sense. How would it repair it if it absorbed it?
Then it would probably repair something else with the power it gained.
But then how is it repairing the chain?
As it repairing the chains, it's absorbing time and space around it. You haven't figured out why there's so much time and space around there.
We've only used the thing once.
Yeah.
We haven't mastered either of these objects.
That thing was close to it, so it said, "Yeah, that shit's mine."
Man, talk to Millennia.
Too late. Millennia's asleep. I'm just kidding. You can. I don't know what you'd say to her.
What am I going to say to her?
I don't know.
That I'm angry?
Yes.
I'm angry!
Calm down, bitch. I was kidding. I shouldn't have said that. You'll be okay.
No! We were trying to use a thing and now it's broken.
It will fix itself in time.
It's time. Everyone says it's time.
Just
I'm
be-
tired of time.
just-
I'm tired of it all the time.
You know what? Calliope will be okay for one more day if she's blind.
I am tired of the time. Why does everything have to take time?
That sounds like a personal problem. Go talk to Ezreal.
I will quit this team
Go-
again.
Go
I will quit for real this time.
More time.
You're
Go
gonna be
talk to
s-
Ezreal
you're
and
gonna be
kill
insane.
him.
That's it.
Right.
Or it's like, you both shut the fuck up and go to bed.
No.
He can't sleep on you. He can't sleep on Terran.
Fuck.
You're fine, son. You can just go to bed. He's like so scared to be put to sleep. Shut the hell up. Boom, boom, boom.
It just drops two people.
Yeah, no, they're like half unconscious about to go to sleep, and he's like, go to fucking sleep. You can't see him, I'm doing it back at you. Anyway, he knocks you both out just so you can have some peace and quiet in the house,
Yelling all morning and all night.
basically. Damn, 7's pretty cool right now.
Only 7s.
Only 7 is just chilling. He hasn't done nothing. Anyway, that is the end of this session, which is episode 18. I did now.
Okay, I have a funny thing to say. So
Okay,
when I
hang
was
on.
at